Hi, Kruby. Hi. Oh my god.
The return of the Y-boner with a vengeance.
Hi!
Why? Why was that the first? Why is that your pull? Why is that your call-in?
Because it's
As
funny.
soon as I pull you in.
Because it's funny.
It's a return of the Y-boner.
With a vengeance.
With a vengeance. I gotta rewatch that.
Hell yeah. Hold up. I also have a few other sounds from that. So this is another one.
Dandy Dick! You missed!
I'm not sorry.
I have to rewatch the abridged series, I think.
Oh,
It's been so long.
100%. 100%. I also have the bitches love cannons.
Bitches love cannons.
Get that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannon.
And then
It's true though. Then you gotta get police girls. Bitches love cannons. I can't.
Who
I'm
posted
doing
my nudes on Twitter.com?
And then I have some stuff from SAO abridged.
Never watched that one actually. I was
Really?
never
Oh my god, why am I
SAO
so
fan.
large on your screen?
How else am I going to do this?
I don't know.
How
Sorry.
else am I going to do this?
I'm just alright. Hi guys, I'm sitting on you. I'm sitting on chat.
That's true. She's well, not yet.
Not yet.
I
Oh
can't,
god.
I can't make you. Well, can I make you sit on chat?
Can
No,
you?
that'd be a pain in the ass. Actually,
Fair. Fair.
changing where chat is would just be annoying. Bye, Star. And hello, everyone. How are we?
Hello,
Hi,
Arsonist.
guys.
You know, I would knock so we could share chats, but you have that turned off. Wow. It's fine.
You could still throw me into just share chatting though. I think.
Nope. So you have to knock to do that, unfortunately.
You stream together, start streaming together, and then I block that, and then I whatever, and then I ask. How do we ask? It's been a while. Invite guest. Koroi.
Work.
And then I ask you, and then you get a little notification.
Yes, yes, yes. Give me a moment. Oh my god. You're making me do work! I'm
It's
cooking
so
my
hard
legs.
to click one button.
I'm cooking my legs right now.
Stop that.
No. It's so warm.
And look at that. Oh, and then I do this. Sorry, I have to turn that on.
That's fine.
But yeah. Unless you didn't want that on.
No, that's fine. Okay. Hello. We are shared chat
Hello.
now.
We are shared chat.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Hello,
yes.
welcome in everyone
Hello,
from Koroi's chat.
hello. Hello, Casey's chat. I've dragged him. I've kidnapped multiple people today. He is one of my victims.
Oh god, I haven't been able to watch stream. I just got done work. What has been going on today?
So, I played some Smite earlier, and then I was chatting with Sushi, Star, and Ashen a bit. Funny enough, the topic...
Oh wait, hold on. They can't hear you. Why can't they hear you?
How dare.
Please speak.
Hello?
There we go.
Okay.
I have no idea why it was grayed out
So...
when I haven't switched off.
I don't know. I really don't.
You sounded so sure, you know?
But yeah,
You sounded like you had an idea, and I was like, oh, never mind.
yeah, nope, I don't know. So I kidnapped Clown for some Smite 2 because that's a game I've had a hyperfixation on. And then I chatted with Star and Ashen and VC with Sushi and Star's chat. And funny enough, the topic of streamer stats came up. I'm like, this is really funny.
This is almost. Is this what you do at other people's streams? too?
No, okay, it
Every
wasn't.
stream
It
just becomes
wasn't.
like that.
It wasn't me that brought it up. It was actually our friend Luna, Alpha Wolf Luna, who brought it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know
Um,
Luna.
yeah, and we were talking. It was not. It was not me. It was not. It was not Koroi. Koroi was.
Apparently, your chat says it was.
I was talking to you about fucking chicken nuggets, local.
I'm believing your chat on this one.
Wow.
And your chat says it's your fault.
Wow. Okay, I see how it is.
Everything comes up you.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay, it's all my fault. Wow. Okay. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, just in advance, I apologize if my mic cuts out. I've been having problems all day with it.
Understandable. Also, for those who don't know, Discord is. If you try to listen to us on Discord, like our voices are different in stream than Discord.
Yes.
So it might come off a little bit strange to you guys if you're listening to one side of the conversation or another.
Yeah, it's definitely different on Discord than it is stream because OBS takes directly from the mic, Discord takes directly from the mic, but there's two different settings on each application, so yeah, we was talking about food and caffeine and about I fucking it got on the topic of me having GERD because technically because I have GERD, I'm supposed to avoid red sauce, garlic, onions, anything spicy, anything acidic, anything bubbly, like soda, seltzer, sparkling water. But I don't. I eat it.
No, so yours is pretty severe too.
Yeah.
They have you avoiding everything.
Yeah. And it just sucks.
Now,
Okay.
do you actually follow that, or do you just...
Fuck no. Immediately, fuck no.
So, mine isn't because of GERD in of itself. So when I have a misshapen flap that goes on the bottom of your, not your larynx, the pipe that goes into your stomach. So basically, the flap
Esophagus?
never fully closes. Yeah, esophagus. That goes at the bottom of your esophagus that goes into the stomach. That's
Okay.
supposed to keep, the acid in
Yeah.
and food out.
Mine doesn't
until
do
it
that.
Go through. Mine doesn't close. Not properly, anyways. So, yeah. But I don't care. I'll have heartburn. I'm
Fair.
not giving up soda for heartburn.
Yeah, fuck no. I am like Corpse Husband without the wildly deep voice.
No, his is severe.
Yeah. No. Give me a few fucking years. Give me a few more, like, stomach acid attacks, and maybe. Because fuck you if you think I'm avoiding Monster or anything bubbly and delicious. Speaking of which, I have a Monster right here.
Oh, God. It is 7 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
Koroi.
I'm gonna be up all night.
Yeah, good. Okay, well, we'll go with that. Have fun with that.
Thank you. I will. And then I work tomorrow evening.
I was gonna ask, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's at least on tomorrow morning.
Yeah. No, next week is gonna kill me though because they have me doing morning and afternoon shifts, and I'm normally asleep by then.
Well, it's a good thing we're getting this done now because, like, I know you had told me that your work schedule is all over the place, but two, you tend to work on weekends.
Yeah.
Till late.
So I don't know what's going on because right now there's a lot of stuff going on right now at my job. Like, our manager that they had moved to our store. Pretty sure he quit. He put in his 2 weeks. That's the third person so far. So let me go through the cycle of managers within the past like 2-3 months since our manager retired. So we've had the manager who was there for 20 some years. She retired. Then we got someone who got fired for stealing. And then we had another one who came in to just help cover our store, who is also running his own store, and he got moved. And then we had another manager get moved to our store, and he put in his 2 weeks. And now he's gone. So we are without a manager again for the 4th time.
Well, shit. I
And
mean,
the
you
one
work retail though, don't you?
No, I work food service.
Just as bad.
Yeah.
Just as bad.
Yeah, so and the one person that knows how to do like orders and audits and everything is currently on vacation for the first time in fuck knows how long to see their family in Florida because she never sees them. So I'm not mad
So
that
you
she's
have
on
no management.
vacation. She deserves that vacation. She's an elderly woman. She deserves to go see her kids and her grandkids. It's just the problem is I don't know how we're going to be sufficient because we don't have anyone that can do the orders correctly with how the amount we need. I mean, the past 3 nights, I've been doing the closing paperwork. I've been doing audits, and it's just not
Things
fun.
that aren't your job.
Technically, they are, but I'm ready to ask like someone from the office, "Hey, is there a way for me to get like promoted to a shift supervisor instead of just a normal employee? Because I'm doing all this. I know how to do all this." And I feel like this is a little above my pay grade.
Mm-hmm. Roy
No.
should get promoted to manager.
Okay, so the one thing, come at me for this, say I'm making the wrong choice, I will avoid becoming a manager at all costs. And that is because I will not have any time to myself or to stream. I will be called in at ungodly hours, which I cannot be because I don't drive. My parents drive me.
Fair.
So, and I just don't want the responsibility of others underneath me. Trust me.
I think that's fair though.
Because trust me, I've been offered to at my old job, I was offered to become a manager of sorts. I was offered, well, not really a manager, but like an assistant manager, and I'm like, fuck no. Nuh-uh. Thank you for all the box me redeems. Jesus Christ. But apart from all that, the conversation that we are in VC to have, not me,
It doesn't
not,
matter. The
not, not
it's
me.
gonna get you. Let's segue back into this by saying that you don't see yourself becoming a manager, so eventually
Yeah.
you're probably not going to want to stay there the rest of your life.
Well, okay.
Let's just put it that way. You don't want to become a regional manager. You don't want to become a manager.
No. I don't mind being there
let's-
as an employee, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
For how long? Let's say for how long?
How long?
How long do you foresee yourself being an employee there?
A few years, depending on what happens.
Okay. So I feel if we're gonna segue into what we actually are on call for, we're gonna try to anyways.
Yeah.
It is very important, and I feel like there's a lot of streamers right now who are taking on streaming with the absolute intent of it going full time
Mm-hmm.
to replace the situation they're in that they don't like to be in.
Yeah.
In this case, fast food, or hell, even in my case, I work a desk job normally.
Yeah, desk jobs, retail, doesn't really matter what you're in, I guess. Whoever starts streaming to make it a full-time thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everybody wants. I think that's the dream of everybody who starts out.
Mm.
Because you don't. Well, not maybe everybody who starts out. Some people do start out as a hobby and do treat it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And I don't know how those people work.
Well, okay.
I have no idea.
On that, I actually started this as a hobby and just for fun. Because content creation. Like, I came in this, like, not having high expectations because, I'm me. Why should I have high expectations for someone who didn't know animals have knees?
Wait. Run that back? Animals don't have knees.
So, to put this, okay, this is a whole situation that happened, I think, when me, Ashen, and a bunch of people were playing Oh Dear on New Year's Eve, and we were drunk as fuck. And I brought up the point, but animals don't have knees. And they're like, yeah, they do. Animals have knees. I had like an epiphany. I am 20 years old, by the way. I graduated high school. I was in college for a while. I didn't know animals had knees. I thought they just had bendy joints. I didn't know they were actually knees.
Yes, animals have knees. Depends on the animal. Not all animals have needs or knee. Not all animals have needs, but not all animals have knees. For example, an ostrich has 4 knees, roughly. It has four patellas. So
Leave me alone, okay? I'm also beyond directionally challenged. But going back, I started this as like a hobby. Um, because I didn't have any expectations, and here I am. Uh, about 240 away from 1K, and doing pretty well for a small streamer. Um, I will also point out that a lot of people who start streaming, like a majority, because they see so many big streamers making bank off of it, doing it full time, realize that like shit, this could be like a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It takes time and a lot of time and a lot of effort, especially if you're self managing.
oh, for sure. And I don't think people realize how long these people have been streaming when you're
Yeah.
looking at the top.
Yeah.
Most people who make it even to the top have been doing this since they were children or
Preteens.
teens,
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 preteens,
preteens to
yeah.
teens, whether that be doing content on YouTube, doing shorts content before it was really a thing, doing it
Yeah.
on Vine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were doing content since they were kids.
I would say some good examples of that would be like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Thomas Sanders, because they've been doing content creation for over a decade.
More in some cases.
Yeah.
Like if you with the recent news in VTubing with Amelie going V Shoujo, she's been in entertainment since she was 18
Yeah, and she's 30
or
something
roughly
now.
she's about my age, about 32 I think or something like that.
Yeah, so she's
So, yeah,
been in there
she's
for
been
a
in there
while.
for well over a decade and she mentioned it in a post that she's been doing
Mm-hmm.
this for years. And
Yeah.
it does, and it started to weigh on her after. On top, I mean, she was doing voice acting and doing all that, so she's been in the entertainment industry, even if
Okay.
not VTubing.
Yeah. Um, give me a moment. I'm gonna pull up something because I'm gonna send you something so we don't keep getting distracted. um,
No, you gotta just segue into whatever you want.
so fuck. So, well, another thing. Shit, my brain is braining. Brain is braining. Hold up, give me a second. I smoke. The gears are turning. Uh, fuck, I forgot.
We're waiting.
I
We're
forgot.
waiting.
Shit. Because there was a point I was gonna bring up. Oh, another point. Going off the Amelie thing, a lot of people are upset at VShojo that they're taking in talents that have gotten that have left other agencies or got fired from other agencies due to stuff.
Mm,
And I would say that makes sense. Like, it makes sense for VShojo to go after people who already have a platform and are decent people.
so they already have a platform. They know how to handle content creation. They're all of sizes where the sudden jump to of viewers that comes with joining VShojo
Mm-hmm.
just as an agency isn't going to send them into a panic.
Yeah.
They've been in content creation for a long time. They understand how media works. They understand how managers work. Generally, that's not always the case, but
Yeah.
you don't know. V Shoujo's never going to pick just a nobody. I know everybody wants unless they can raise them directly in house.
And I'm also gonna point out, like, they're business too, so they're gonna want to bring in money to pay for all like pay the managers and everything too. So it would
Oh,
also
for
make
sure.
sense to go after people who they know is going to help bring in a paycheck. I know
I'm,
it's
bet- I'm
definitely not what people want to hear, but unfortunately that's just how it works.
There's a lot of subjects when it comes to VTubing I feel like people don't really want to address. Or
Or just streaming in
a lot of
general.
yeah. Well, a lot of people definitely, even more so than normal streaming, treat VTubing at its best as a passion hobby
Yeah.
when a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, actually are treating it like a side business or their main business.
Yeah.
And those two things can't really coincide with each other. But the general feel in the community, especially among smaller VTubers, unfortunately, um, when it comes to discourse, is that it's almost like a sacred hobby that
Yeah.
you shouldn't be treading on by being capitalist.
Yeah. It unfortunately, if something gets big enough, no matter what, someone's going to capitalize off of it. And it's just it's how the economy works. It's genuinely like playing a game of Monopoly. Fuck. Give me a moment. I have something in my eye. Okay.
But on that just that general topic,
Mm.
I think, and this is for full on advice for anybody who is actually making any sort of money.
Yeah.
You, a- assuming you hit affiliate, you have now moved on from it being a hobby. You make money doing this.
Yeah.
This is a side business, and I
Yeah.
do go once you start making a little bit more money, and you can actually start. You're gonna have to do taxes. I'm sorry to say, guys, on the money you're making.
Yeah.
So what you should be doing, go make an LLC. Go start an actual business.
mm.
Please make an LLC. It's not that expensive. Maybe save up a few months of your paycheck, but please make an LLC. This will help your taxes. You can write off let's say you bought a PC. You can write off the PC.
Yeah, that's something I've been looking into doing, which I might do this year because it'll save me a lot. Because I have to do 2 years worth of Twitch taxes.
Mhm.
Because another thing, okay, so I'm slightly mad at Twitch for this. Because last year they didn't send me the form I needed for taxes until after tax season, and I did not have the money to pay, like, the extra money to pay for those
Mhm.
taxes to get done.
So you just held off till the next year.
Yeah, and so I gotta do them this year. Of course, it's gonna be more on me, but that's fine because I actually have a stable job and I know I'll most likely be able to pay what if I owe anything off.
Right.
Yeah.
But you are going to be able to, well, Twitch taxes are a whole different ballgame,
Yeah.
especially in the case where they actually
Yeah.
send you um because you're also going to be, let's say you have Patreon, Kofi, any of those donations to you are technically, taxable. You're getting paid. Those gifts to you, that's still money. You're
Mhm.
still you still got to pay a tax on that, guys. Just it just makes things so much easier for you as a streamer if you can put it all under one business. You can put all your art assets, your tech assets, put it all under costs to business.
Yeah.
At least try to get a little tax off it. I don't want to do taxes this year.
I don't either. I really don't. Because so I've said this, but as a streamer, I've actually gotten very lucky, and so have you, Cruci, with how well we
Mhm.
do. And you don't have to worry about taxes until after you make like $600. So if you make less than $600 in a year, you don't have to do taxes on it because it's less than 600. But I've made well over 600. I've made 4 times that amount this year. So
To be
I
perfectly
have,
honest, I'm not entirely sure how much I've made. I know last time I did a check, it was still less than I was putting in. So it
Mm,
was like, okay. But I haven't actually. Oh, I should probably go update it. I had a spreadsheet somewhere.
yeah, no, I've looked at my what my income was this year for Twitch, and I doubled last year's. I've doubled my earnings from last year, so that's pretty cool. But yeah. Also, quick side note: fuck TikTok. Um,
Are you making money off TikTok?
no. So fuck
Okay, well,
TikTok because I went to go post a clip where it was me yelling because I was playing as Hot Dog Odin in Smite 2. And I was yelling, I'm gonna bitch slap someone with a weenie. I'm gonna fucking pimp slap someone with a weenie. They muted it. They fucking muted it because it was against community guidelines.
I mean, I've swore plenty. I'm kind of surprised by that. The
Yeah,
only one
so
I had blocked
when
was a picture of Pyramid Head from DBD. Literally the model from DBD, and it was showing off how flat his ass is, and that got blocked because of content.
yeah,
I was like, okay,
so
sure.
I'm like, what the fuck? So fuck TikTok for that, first of all. What the fuck?
No, that tracks. I
Yeah,
did taxes the moment I could because I hate having it on my mind. Here's the problem. You're especially when you're streaming. You have to wait.
mm-hmm.
You have to wait actually get the forms from the companies.
Yeah. No, I thankfully got my
Yay!
form already. I got my form already that I needed for this year.
I have not.
Oh, I got it. I got mine from last year and this year. So that's gonna come in
Not
handy.
yet.
I'm gonna do taxes this Saturday actually because I have my W-2 for my job. Um and I have my uh 1099 for Twitch.
Yeah, I still need my 1099.
Yeah,
And then I thankfully I haven't made enough on Kofi in that to actually really
yeah.
care.
No, I haven't made
But
anything on PayPal or Ko-Fi, so that's not gonna bother me much. But uh, yeah. The another thing is when you're doing taxes, you have to file them as like an independent business. So
hmm
might as well just get that LLC. Just
yeah,
throw
it's
it on ya.
protection for you as well.
Yeah,
Protection for you as well, and simplifies things greatly. Just
yeah.
make sure you're actually making like a business PayPal as well,
Mhm.
and link
Um,
it to your stream account. God,
another thing.
I know the PayPal problem right now,
Yeah,
but
that's so if you guys have like so that's another thing. I'm tempted to just kind of take my PayPal off my stream elements for right now because of that. Like what PayPal is doing because that is going
hmm
to dox you beyond fucking belief. I know there's a way that you can hide it from like people who throw money at you through PayPal. And thankfully it's not connected to like mine isn't connected like to an email with my actual name and everything. It's under a email that I purposely made for streaming. It's just annoying.
I did, but I did do. It looks like it worked for me, where I actually my none of my stuff shows up on the invoice except the company name. Thank God.
Mm,
Um, but I did. That was always a thing because, fun fact, guys, when you donate, and if you're donating from your private account, the businesses can see your name. If you donate to Kofi, we can see your name
yeah.
if it's tied to to your personal PayPal.
Yeah. So,
That became an issue whenever I was like, "Oh my god, I just realized that I think you can see my name." Yeah, yeah, I can.
yeah, I know some supporters' names. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, this is their name, but
Right,
because
but I don't
that's
think people
just
realize that initially.
yeah, no, my
Um,
friend Leo didn't realize that oh shit, his name showed
mm-hmm.
until after he sent me money and I'm like, yeah, you got to
And
be
that's the other
careful.
thing with I mean, this is something normal viewers are just not going to do. No, you're not going to set up a business PayPal without, and hide your name. It's just not something people do. It is not
Mm,
a big deal when companies have like their buyers' names for the most part.
Yeah. So
But it can be because streaming is very social, very parasocial. Sometimes it's probably a better thing not to be able to know each other's actual names.
yeah,
Also, hi Lex, how you
I'm
doing?
trying to figure out how to hide my shit. I forget how to do it. I'll figure it out. But that's something to do off stream. But yeah. Um. Oh yeah. So another thing is, so when people start streaming, I don't think they realize how. So I didn't even know that. I didn't even know this. But the drop off rate for like streamers in general is absolutely fucking horrifying. I sent this to you earlier and you said you've seen it. But
Mm-hmm.
the like so looking at the chart for it, 1 month alright, 1 month into streaming, 25% of people quit.
Let me see if I can bring it up on
Yeah.
chat.
So I'm gonna open this in my browser. I'm gonna open up the things I sent you in browser.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also gonna this. So let me bring this over here. Because I have just a bunch of statistics right now. Hold up. So we're gonna go to, and I'm gonna move out of the way for you guys so you can see this clearly. But the drop off rate for streamers is actually crazy because this is something I just found out. Um, but within the first month, 25% of people drop out,
Mm-hmm.
which, I mean, they're probably thinking, hey, um, we're gonna, we're gonna make money off of this. So to make money, you need to hit affiliate. And some people don't hit affiliate for months. So this
Mm-hmm.
1 month drop off is probably people who, one, either didn't like streaming or like realized they hated streaming, or two, were mad that they didn't get affiliate right away. There are millions of people on this platform, so it is hard to grow.
It is so hard to grow.
Um,
Um,
and then 50% within the 3 month, like the first 3 months, fucking quit, which is also fucking crazy. And those are
I think
probably, sorry.
I want to say that the 50% within 3 months actually makes more sense than the 25% quit in 1 month. Like the 25% quitting in 1 month, you do have a lot of people who are first trying things out, right?
Yeah,
You're they'll probably discover that they don't like it. Maybe they're having their friends watch and they're just like, okay, well, whatever. It's not really my time. I've gone through that. I did that for years.
mm-hmm,
I quit in 2016.
yeah,
I was like, okay. I couple streams in, I'm like, this ain't it, and then just quit.
mm-hmm,
The 3 months is more to the point, and that you're starting to see relatively no growth.
yeah,
You'll be streaming if you are a consistent streamer. You might be streaming to one person or two people or nobody
yeah,
for days on end.
mm-hmm,
And there's nothing quite as demoralizing as no progress for the time you put in. Yes, you're gaining skills in talking because you're talking to nobody. You have, if you're doing it correctly, if you're
yeah,
doing it correctly, you're going to be speaking, you're going to be talking, you're going to be trying to say what you're actually doing on screen, trying to make it entertaining, even if you're just talking to yourself.
yeah,
Trying to talk without having an audience. Now, I've noticed a lot of people suffer and don't do that. A lot of people will have viewers and still don't do that. They'll just a lot of them will just have dead air
Who
for
ordered
minutes
all
at a
this
time.
fucking anime titty?
Thank you, Lexisashi.
But
Thank you for the follow.
I feel like 3 months is your more normal. Well, this is not working out. This is a
Yeah.
waste of my time. This is I can't do this. I can't justify doing this. I can't justify spending this amount of time on this. And which is why once you get to 6 months, you see almost another 25% jump.
Yeah.
And that's really okay. I've been doing this half a year. Maybe I got a couple followers
Yeah.
or a couple viewers now.
At that point, because um I didn't realize when I first started streaming and after I hit affiliate and everything how long it actually took to hit affiliate. People go years without hitting affiliate, which
Mm-hmm.
blew my mind personally. So I'm like, because I hit affiliate within like the first month or two, which apparently is surprisingly quick. And yeah, I agree with you that the 6 month area is probably where people are like, okay, I'm putting all this time, I'm putting all this work, I'm putting all my energy into this, or whatever energy I can into this, and there's no progress.
Took me a year and a half for affiliate. Yeah, I was lucky.
Who
I
ordered
was
all
so
this
very
fucking
lucky
anime
when
titty?
Thank you for the follow.
because I was in communities before I
Mm-hmm.
decided to go full in. Like I was in Sushi's community.
Yeah,
I was in a few communities before I decided to go fully in.
yeah.
And
So
that was such a boon because the 50 followers isn't the hard part.
it's the 3 viewers.
It's the 3 viewers consistently.
Yeah.
And I'm sure now that once you've gotten past this, you'll realize, but it's almost almost have to game it
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be very hard for somebody to get who's just peaking at 3 viewers to keep 3 viewers.
Oh yeah.
So what I've seen a lot of people do, unfortunately, is that they'll get that 3 viewers for an hour or whatever, and then if there's any drop in viewership, stop streaming.
Yeah. And
Stop streaming and try to keep because it's a stats game at that point. You need to be what 3 viewers for 7 hours or something like that.
yeah. So um fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So as you said, you were in Sushi's community, like you were in a bunch of communities before you like started back up again. That is
Yep.
another thing you're gonna want to do when you begin streaming or want to start streaming is definitely network into communities that you enjoy being in. Like
Mm-hmm.
because that will also help you a lot because you'll start to get to know people. Those people will most likely come to check you out and whatnot. I will also say this: don't join a community just to use a self promotion.
I was gonna say that. That
That
becomes
is a major problem. That's why a lot of people don't have that self promotion just so you could promote yourself in their like servers. That's also why a lot of people don't have a self promotion chat in their servers because people will join just to use it and take advantage of that person's like big numbers.
and you see it, and it's one of the reasons I'm by myself a little bit now where enjoy I don't enjoy, but I am more skeptical when I see people join up, and especially in like in Discords or something, they'll join Discord and then they'll only ever use a self promo.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not a large Discord. Are you just joining everybody's Discord and setting up a bot to send out, hoping someone? By the way, that's not terrible. Nobody ever goes to those. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Unless I'm already a friend with them. I'm not going to go look at the self promo. I don't care if you ping me. I'm not looking at it.
Yeah. So that's another thing I will point out because me, Sushi, and Star have had a shit ton of growth. I know you have too, but I don't know if
Hmm.
you experience this because me, Sushi, and Star all talk about this. Um, we have people that join our streams, throw us a follow, join our Discord servers, but then they try to like personally DM us on Twitter, on
Mm.
Discord, wherever. And that's another thing that you have to start being more strict on. I hate being strict. I hate being mean. I hate saying no. I'm a pretty nice person, but it really grinds me to the bone when people are like, "Hey, I'm new here. Let me try DMing you." I'm going to shut you down
Mm.
immediately.
Oh, I don't. My Twitter DMs are just
Oh,
completely
mine
blocked. I don't
too.
answer anybody. I don't go to anybody
Oh,
on Twitter,
no, if people
and
try
even in
to
my personal, even in my personal like Discord, I
Yeah.
generally don't answer anything.
No, I've had people try to DM me. I immediately just reject them. I've had people try to send me friend requests. I reject them. I have people try to send me messages on Twitter. I delete their messages. Like I just delete the chat, and I'm like, no, this isn't happening. See,
That's
sometimes using the self promotion channel is perfectly fine, Lex. It's just when you're consistently and you're streaming every day and you consistently put the same message in
mhm.
the self promo chat when you don't speak to anyone in that server. It's
So
like
you
you're
don't
not
speak. You've never
active.
been.
You're only active to self promo.
I've had people ask me, and when if you ask me, I've had people ask me, "Hey, is it all right if I use your self promo?" And yeah, they're not acting the server, but okay, that's fine. You know what? If you actually ask me, I don't. I'll probably say yes. I don't care. Just actually don't just join for the sole purpose. And I'm gonna be honest. I at least look at my own servers.
Yeah.
Self promos. I don't look at. I am in too many Discord servers
Yeah.
to be
No, me
looking at
too.
self promos and everybody's. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So Koi, that's perfectly that's another point. Because so many people are trying to use the larger people for clout, it is hard to find someone to like actually talk to. Because say you wanted to reach out to someone bigger because you genuinely like their content and you want to like stream with them, it is going to be harder to do that because there are so many people who have tried to use them for clout. And
Hmm.
like you're genuinely reaching out because you like this person's vibe, you like how you also like the same games they play, and you just want to play with them. It is much harder to do that because a lot of people are like, hey, I'm here to use you for clout.
I'm going to be a little bit of the downer here and say that even amongst your friends, even when you're collabing,
Yeah.
there is a little bit of clout chasing. There always is.
Yeah.
There's a reason they tell you when you really want to grow, if you really want to go grow, you better be going out there. You better be collabing with other people, but because
Mhm.
it does introduce you to new people in new communities
Yeah.
that would never have found you otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
There's a reason people like if you people do go on to Porcelain Doll's show, it's not just because they like porcelain
no, they're
or
there to get
porcelain
some of
made.
the
They're there
clout.
to yeah. They're it's because he is a large streamer, which is
That's
okay. That's
yeah.
that's the same reason everybody people go on talk shows. There's the same reason there there is a bit to be expected there, but also some people just vibe with each other.
Yeah, I agree with that, Koi. Um I will also say in the beginning when you're trying to network and join communities, don't overexert yourself into too many communities.
Hmm.
Limit yourself to like a few communities, get to know the people in those communities. Um because trust me, personal experience here, I went out there, I joined a lot of communities, and because I have a very low social battery and even texting takes a lot out of me, I ended up being there for like a month or two and then I ended up disappearing. And I
Hmm.
hate that because I really enjoyed these talking to these people. I enjoyed making friends. I enjoyed the content that the streamer or the content creator put out. Um and I hate that my social battery and not having enough energy to expand between these communities is keeping me from expanding.
I don't think it's just social battery. Like I'll limit to your social battery. There is just a limit to how much time you could possibly have to devote yourself to both your own content and others people's content
Yeah.
and remaining a friend and having a social life in real life with your
And yeah.
actual like day-to-day friends or day-to-day coworkers or
Mhm.
whatever. It's finding that line to juggle is never something that you're going to know how to do right at the get-go. It is something you're going to have to learn. Is something that you're going to have to go through the trenches to actually you'll develop it with time. I feel like just like you develop your boundaries and you start understanding what you're comfortable with, what communities you're comfortable with, what you're comfortable with people coming out to talk to you about, whatever. These are things that you probably, when you're entering into streaming as a hobby, you're not going to understand.
Yeah.
It, I mean, some people are chronically online or have always been in this sphere, so maybe they might have a better understanding of what it's like to be in 18 different communities at one time in trying to keep up with them,
Mhm.
trying to watch streams so that you can be supportive of friends.
Yeah. No,
But
cuz when
then
I
then you have 6 tabs open, your computer's running all the time, and you're not actually paying attention to any individual anyways.
yeah.
So what's the point? What do you and with the way Twitch views work, it doesn't you're not even helping them anyways.
No, because you're only able to watch two people at the same time and count as a view.
Mhm. And it's like networking and going to other communities is a great way to start out,
Mhm.
but like you said, divulging yourself into too many communities will just burn you out from both ends. And that's
Yeah.
if you're doing it from a altruistic sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're not just getting in there just for clout chasing. Let's say you're not just going to somebody and pretending you like them just because they are a large person.
Yeah. No, see, that was me with one of the streamers I was like religiously watching. I was sub to for 9 months because I genuinely enjoyed their content. And I feel bad because one, I'm always working now, so I can't catch any of their streams. And when they're streaming, I'm either working or streaming myself or trying to work on content creation. Um,
Mhm.
that person I absolutely adore. And I wanted to stream with them at some point because they've they're a great streamer. They're very welcoming. They're very nice. And I was there to genuinely make friends, to enjoy the community and such, but a lot of shit just got in the way and I couldn't do it anymore.
I will say, I spoke about this, how sushi was a big part. I haven't been able to catch sushi streams in quite a while now, and and I do feel bad about that. But it's just life changes greatly in
Oh
a
yeah.
year, and how much time you have to spend, especially when you're getting into streaming yourself. And I guess this is a way to segue into a bit of what to expect as a streamer in general.
Yeah.
After a while, but you're going to find that a lot of your regulars that you start out with, like, especially if you've been streaming probably
Yeah.
over a year, you'll start finding people do move on.
Yeah.
Whether because they found something else they're interested in or whether life changed. They
Yeah.
just don't have time to watch you anymore.
I will
And
definitely I can definitely support that because I mean, there's still there's like a few people I see from when I first started streaming pop up, but that's like every once in a while. And that is because they are living their own life now. They don't have the time that they had when they first started watching me.
If you guys have a
Oh,
prime,
thank you.
slap that prime
Oh,
on the
thank
table
you,
like
Koi.
a big fucking cock.
Thank you.
Show everybody that you have
hey,
a big fucking
look at
dick
you.
today and
Thank you,
slap
Koi.
that prime on the fucking
Thank you.
table right
I am now
now.
a sticky with candy hearts. Thank you so much. But thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you.
I can't even say who my first real viewer was that wasn't. I had one back in 2016, but I actually still know them because we were playing
Yeah.
games together at the time. Um, but my first real one as a VTuber, I don't know. Um, I
Uh,
found that I have a lot of my viewers are also VTubers,
mhm.
so and most of them still VTube.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem necessarily that I know what they're doing. I know they don't have time in general. They're also a lot of them are streaming at the same time I do because I stream at a after work where people have time off. I get
Yeah.
it. But it can be a little bit sad. I'm not going to lie, especially when you notice names that you think back and you're like, damn, I haven't seen them in a long
Yeah.
time.
No, that's so if you're a regular at my streams, you'll know how I react when I see someone named Invanta or when I see someone named Luca. I get so excited to see them because those two people have been here since like the very beginning when I started streaming a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment.
Yep. We have so many. like I've thought about this recently, and as I've been growing a little bit more and more, this has been becoming more and more prevalent. Where yeah, we're gaining new members into the community, but you also see some of the old faces drop off, and you've been hoping that you hoping that you're competing against other entertainment to keep their interest. You're competing against other streamers,
Mm-hmm.
and you're really hoping that you have that connection with them. There is a little bit of that parasocialism to it. I'm not going to lie. There is a little
Yeah.
bit of parasocialism to it because we, as streamers, are also reliant on especially when we're small, reliant on individual viewers to
Yeah.
come in. And especially, let's say you start stream and you notice nobody came in to say hi, and you're starting soon.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that. You'll notice the people who always pop in and say hi, or the people who always pop in, do your daily login, and then go off, whatever, or go lurk. You'll always notice
Right.
those people,
Yeah.
and then you'll notice when they're missing.
Oh yeah. And yeah, don't they have been here forever? You've been here for a long time too. Some other people that I know and I'm still friends with to this day that I've known since I've started is Blackter. Blackter streams and he now has a full-time job. So I don't see him, I don't talk to him as much as I used to. I also another person is Ryukin. Ryukin pops in every once in a while. He's actually the reason I met Blackter. But he doesn't stream anymore, or he streams very, 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 very rarely because he has a full time job. He has a girlfriend now. He goes to school. Life changes a lot.
Life changes fast. Thank you, Monkey Boy.
Yeah,
Life
life.
changes so fast. I mean, you guys, I've been streaming for a year and 3 months now, give or
Mm-hmm.
take. And while I thought it was slow, it went by very quick.
Oh yeah.
In reality,
No, it is. I'm coming upon my 2 years in May. That is 4 months away. So I've been streaming for over a year and a half actually.
so we are part of the 15 to 20% that remain, soon to be the 5 to 10% that remain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did see there is a little bit of a problem with this list. It actually only gets worse. Um,
Yeah.
so this list currently doesn't include people that have less than 3 viewers, if I remember rightly. It's just the way they did the math. They ended up putting out a number
Yeah.
with everybody, and yeah, it gets like 2% worse. It becomes very hard.
Yeah.
The 3-year curse.
I
Yeah,
know,
that's
Xini.
yeah.
Yeah, the 3 year
The 3-year
curse
curse.
is it's
I
something.
mean, here's a, a bit of an issue with VTubing in general. How many people don't stay at jobs for three
Mm-hmm.
years? In most cases, people job hop. People don't like to be doing the same thing, unless they're seeing massive growth or opportunity in that thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're making it 3 years, you're treating this as more than just a hobby.
You're
If you're doing it
essentially
3 years consistently, you're treating this more than just a hobby.
it's like a second job at that point.
Oh, it's yeah. Anybody. I feel like anybody who made it past like 6 months of doing it consistently, that's a second job. You've
Mm-hmm.
100 hours a month. If you're like me, that's
Yeah.
a lot of your life
Yeah, it
gone.
is.
Y- y- and don't be doing this for the money, kids.
I know, Cindy. I
Don't
know.
be doing this for the money. It is
Yeah.
you're making backcountry India wages at that point,
Yeah.
unless you have a very good following. Um, and you pop off. And some people do pop off. Don't get me wrong. Some people pop off. Like I'm doing well. Some people pop off. I had somebody who I was following, um, artist from Australia, who started August, passed me in September and has full on gone farther, way farther. And it was this first time coming into streaming, and I'm like, shit. And you'll see those things though. And it is hard not to think down on yourself as a streamer, as a content creator, or start to feel bitter towards the system.
Yeah.
Everybody has the thoughts. Everybody has those thoughts. Why isn't that me? What am I
Mm,
doing? Why didn't the algorithm choose me to pop off?
yeah. I
You
will
you can't think like
also
that.
I will also say this. Once you get into streaming, and whether it's like 3 to 6 months in, you're gonna realize that you're subconsciously chasing numbers, and that is a
Hmm.
detrimental hit to your mental health
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
because you're like you're consistently looking at graphs at how your viewership is dipping and going up, and like your discovery, how many people have found you, like a bunch of other stuff. Like you're gonna start chasing numbers, and that is
Mm.
going to hit you so hard. Um,
There is a bit of this is again one of those lines that we have to learn how to toe. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because analytics are incredibly important as a streamer. An ideal if you want to grow, if you want to make this more than just a hobby, analytics are your friend. But that does
Yes.
not mean you're looking at things from a day-to-day
I
perspective.
would
That is
definitely say analytics are a double-edged sword.
mhm. The reason analytics can help you a lot in finding games, finding game times, finding so when I say finding games and finding game times, I'm speaking from the concept of like you're looking at a block of maybe a month, right? Of viewership for a game.
Mm-hmm.
What time do the major streamers come on?
Yeah.
You're going to want to avoid that time. People are not going to be yes, more people are viewing the game at that time, but they're not going to be viewing you.
Yeah. Another
That
thing is, sorry to cut you off,
no, you're good.
is hopping on bandwagons for games. So, bandwagons essentially trends. Um, like when a game starts popping off because of the larger streamers and content creators, I personally wait just a little bit to get that game because you don't want to wait too long, but you're going to want to wait long enough to the point where they move past that game so you have a chance to get viewership from that popular game.
That is true. Now, I want to bring up a counter to this and say variety is not good.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. As a variety streamer myself, it is
I
definitely
I
harder to solidify a community and solid viewership with variety.
mhm.
Because with some games, you're going to get more people. And then with those same games that you might be getting more people, you might end up losing a few people because they do not like that game.
Mhm. I have unfortunately so when I started out, I didn't actually believe this. I'm not going to lie. I know this is something every big streamer said. Um coming as advice coming in was not to be a variety streamer. But
Mm-hmm.
you stream for fun, right? And everyone's like, well, you should just be streaming the games that you really enjoy. I agree, but you shouldn't be going variety with it. Find a game you enjoy. Ideally, one that there's a niche you can actually build on.
Yeah.
But you are going to suffer a ton in growth if you choose to play a different game every week. Some variety
I.
is fine. I'm going to be honest. Some variety is fine, but you'll
So,
notice even like in my case, I'm DBD.
yeah.
I'll play DVD all the time, and sometimes I'll go in and do Pal World, and yeah, number suffers a lot for it.
I can
Follows
account
drop
with
to nothing.
this because so there's like 3 or 4 major games that I've played on my stream. Like that is a staple on my streams, which is Minecraft, Genshin Impact, DBD, and right now it's Smite. So I'm getting a lot of people from Smite. But if I were to switch to like Genshin, I'm gonna see the viewership drop and some people unfollow.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that's fine. It's give or take with me because I'm playing the game that I am enjoying the most at that moment. So
There's so
it's
for me, there's always a little bit of a I guess this might be just how I view streaming in general, and I view streaming as you are an entertainer.
yeah,
And I think this is just now that I'm gotten older and I've worked in corporate, I I don't work in corporate just because I enjoy what I do. I'm often putting on a fake face in corporate for entertainment reasons, or you know what I mean. Um so I feel like sometimes, yes, sometimes I might not want to be playing the game I am playing, but I am doing things to be entertaining. I'm doing it because this game is going to bring the most entertainment to the stream. Yes, I might want to be sitting there playing Star Rail and grinding out for hours and not really engaging too much, maybe just chatting. But that doesn't necessarily mean that game is engaging to the audience. That doesn't make the stream engaging to the audience.
yeah,
So oftentimes I'll find myself playing a game that I know is going to at least be engaging to the audience compared to something that's slower, something that has a lot of downtime, something that I'll notice that the chat starts to dry out and there's nothing really going on in chat and there's nothing really going on in the game to speak of either because there is a lot of downtime. So it doesn't make for extended for exciting streams or
yeah,
entertaining streams unless you're playing with somebody else and you can riff off somebody.
yeah. That's another thing. So you'll start off streaming by yourself. Once you start playing with friends and streaming with those people, you're gonna realize that you're gonna bounce off their energy and you guys are gonna bounce off each other, so you're gonna stay mainly high energy.
Mhm.
But the thing is, though, readjusting yourself to streaming by yourself. Because you're like, fuck, I don't have that person to bounce the energy off of to keep it going. So
I do.
it's for me because I feed off of energy. So when I'm streaming by myself, I'm fairly low energy, and I hate to say it, but I don't talk a lot. And another thing is, hey, I appreciate lurkers. I love them. I love them to death because they are giving me a view and giving me their support, even if they're not in chat. But please, even if it's just one person, talk in chat. Because that will encourage people to start conversing with the streamer, and that will give that streamer something to converse with chat with.
Mhm.
Because a dead chat equals essentially a dead stream.
It is so hard. Even I might have had months of practice at speaking to dead chat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't get
Yeah.
any easier.
No, it
It
doesn't.
is so hard, and especially if you have moments of the stream where it is going well, you're having a lot of conversation coming in, you're rifting off energy, and then you notice it all die down, and then you're stuck wondering what the hell happened? What did I say or do to change the
Yeah.
energy of the stream? And so I'm gonna be honest, there are times where I'll be having like midway through the stream it's very active, but by the time I'm raiding out, nobody's talking.
Yeah.
They'll be in
That's.
stream, I'll have people lurking, but nobody's talking.
Yeah.
So it feels like it feels like you just have that feeling you did something wrong.
There's a lot
And
of.
you raid out like that, and it
There's.
ruins, and it does come out in your stream too, unfortunately. I've
It.
noticed that
Yeah.
sometimes in my mood, it'll start changing the mood and how I talk, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck."
Yeah. No, there's a lot of. There's a lot of things that will negatively impact you while streaming. You'll start self doubting and whatnot. Or in some of my friends' cases, you'll start getting imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Because so you're a VTuber, you're posing as a fictional character that you represented that's representing you. Um you start separating them. They have the same personality. They're you, but they're not you. So then
Mm-hmm.
you start feeling you start having this feeling where it's like, am I being myself? Am I actually am, just a lot of self-doubt starts happening.
There is a self-doubt, and I've definitely noticed where I slip back because in generally in my real life, I am very much introverted. I don't
Me too.
speak out
Yeah.
much. If I was not streaming, I would not be talking
Yeah.
too much. And then that becomes an issue if let's say something goes wrong during a stream, and I'll slowly regress back to being how I normally am, which
Yeah.
is not chatty, maybe a little bit brooding. It's not, and it doesn't make for good entertainment. And I try to come out of it, and when I do realize it, but the problem, especially for streamers like us, is you can't keep a mask on for 7 hours. It it's very hard. Well, you can, but it's very hard to maintain a one positive mood for hours on end.
Yeah.
Humans aren't happy constantly, but that's what you're expecting out of a VTuber. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of VTuber or streamer you're going towards. Some of them are yellers. Some of them are you're going to watch because they do get salty and you like watching them scream at and whatever. Some of them scream all the time, and
Yeah.
that's like an average COD streamer. I I go through personality and and mood swings on stream.
Oh, me too.
And it's like, ah,
It
god damn it. And I don't want to. And it's something that's gonna have to come with time as well as getting better at dealing with um changes in your mood on stream, getting better at being that entertainer, that actor. Because you are there. You are there to entertain chat. I know chat is not just the little friends group that
yeah.
you have on the side watching you play games. This you are the entertainment.
Mhm.
And I feel like more people would progress faster if they realized they were the entertainment.
Yeah.
And you have to at least try to be entertaining, which means
Yeah.
you can't just sit there staring at a screen or letting your model stare at a screen.
Yeah. It's I will definitely say if you don't already have an outgoing personality that catches a lot of attention, you're going to have a bit of a difficult time. Um because I know I do because I my personality on stream with friends, I'm out there, I'm talking, I'm yelling, I'm spewing random shit. But I'm very introverted. I don't talk much. And I'm gonna be honest. Me on stream is a much more exaggerated version of me IRL.
I mean, that's what it should be is you turned up to 11.
Yeah.
But I've also noticed that in certain collabs, especially with collabs where it starts getting more and more people in it,
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop talking.
Yeah. I think
I'll
it's
let unless I'm addressed or there's something I actually have comment on, I'm not going to. I'll let everybody else talk. Some people are very good about constantly talking.
yeah. So that's another thing. I avoid very large collabs. And that is because I get overstimulated easily. And if a lot of people are talking at the same time, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like I'm not going to say like I'm not going to make a sound until someone like directly speaks to me.
Hmm. And I find myself enjoying large collabs, but only in situations that I wouldn't find myself enjoying a collab where I didn't know everyone.
Thank you for the headbat, Sunny.
Or at least I
I
didn't know the lead.
yeah.
Because when you're looking at a collab group, there's always one person who's a lead,
Mhm.
right? there's always somebody who's taking control of the collab, whether they're the person who set up the collab or not, doesn't matter. There's always somebody who's usually the energy head of the collab, is usually the one talking, is usually the one progressing the collab as yeah. Um, it's just I'm not that person,
Mm-hmm.
but as long as I know who that person is and like them, I can usually handle even a large collab.
Yeah. I that well, okay. I think the largest collab I've ever done was actually for Sushi's birthday when we were playing Cards Against Humanity. Not anything too bad, but enough to keep safe on Twitch.
Hmm.
Because I knew all those people that were in there. I've at least talked to them once before.
Actually, I think my first collab, funny enough, Burb, was a collab where I knew nobody.
Oh my god.
I joined a collab. That's actually how I met Cheaton. Is I joined a collab. Just I was invited onto a VTuber collab show, and it actually went well. But
Okay.
that's very rare that works out.
Yeah.
That I didn't know anybody involved in it. I didn't know the host really. He just reached out, "Hey, I have this. Do you want to join it? Why not? This, you
Yeah.
know what? Sure, we'll go."
Alright. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna leave my stream up, so if you want to continue talking, you can. But I
Hmm.
gotta pee.
Of course, of course. Please take your time. Koroi chat. Burn it down. Burn it down. And that amazing Rocket League happened. Correct. So I was in a collab run by Bio. That was a gaming collab where we brought on everybody, or a game show type collab, right? And that was actually the first collab I did as a VTuber. I want to say I was not involved in any other collab before that. That's where I met Cheeton. That's where I met Amaka the Bear. I did not win. Actually, I don't remember who won that. Um, but that's very rare that you find a collab that you've never been, you don't know anybody that you're involved with, and that you like everybody coming out of it. I've been in collabs where somebody in the collab is always trying to take over the energy and isn't like we've been had collabs on stream where the general vibe of everybody else is chill, and then you'll have somebody who is taking things very very seriously, and when the collabs was made for fun or it's just a relaxing one. And I think that's where it becomes important to vet before the collab starts. What are you expecting? That's why I go in before every collab. What's the boundaries? What do you want? Like, do you have anything you care about me saying? Obviously, keep within Twitch rules, obviously, but do you have any boundaries on what you care about somebody being said? Do you not like lewd talk? Do you not like specific subjects? What kind of vibe do you want? Do you want to actually take this? Are we collabing to take this seriously? Are we collabing to just have fun? Are we doing this to be entertaining? Are we going around trolling? Are we doing stupid perks, let's say in a DVD? Are we all just taking stupid perks and just being assholes just for the fun of it to make an entertaining stream? These are kind of things you have to kind of ask beforehand. Yes, sometimes you're going to start collabing with somebody, which this happens every time I'm with Koroi, where we don't usually talk about what we're doing and we just vibe with each other after they jump in. Same thing with me and Aki. She'll just join in when I'm playing and we'll just rip off each other. But that's after we already developed a rapport.
I'm back.
Problem is, since it's streamed, you feel like you have to suck it up, so just so you don't mess with the mood. Yes, that's also okay. But that's I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. This is going back to the professionalism, and hi, Koroi. Um,
What's
this is
going
going
on?
back to the professionalism where I'm just talking about collabing in general,
Okay.
where sometimes you're in a collab with somebody. Let's say you're in like a 3 or 4 person collab. Three of you are in it to just relax and have fun, right? And let's let's say it's like Sunhaven or something. You're not taking it overly seriously, and then there's one person who only plays those games seriously, and they can't do things not the most efficient way possible. Or you're playing Marvel Rivals, and there's that one guy in the team who gets so pissed off at you, or gets so serious that it ruins the vibe for everybody else. Now,
Can I
what
comment on
I
this
will
real quick?
always, yeah, go ahead.
So I have a personal experience with this type of thing. So I collabed one day on Sunhaven. Right? I was new to the world. This is the first time I was playing this game. And when I collabed with this person, they were giving me tools that I was not able to use.
Mm-hmm.
And telling me things that I didn't know because I was brand new to this game and I wanted to experience it for myself. Another thing is, please communicate to the person you're collabing with whether to mute or not.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
So
I was
sorry to cut you off, but this is something that gets me. So I collabed with this person. We were playing Sunhaven. And they got mad at me for not muting. They didn't tell me to mute. They didn't ask me to mute. And I made a sexual joke. They were to say so, they didn't vibe with that shit. I did. I was talking to my chat. I was having fun. And I was making sexual jokes. I was having fun with chat. And they completely ruined the mood by telling me to follow their rules.
So I said this when you were away, but one of the things is, and I quickly learned this after a couple of collabs, is it's kind of, or not even, I actually kind of knew this because I've been watching VTubers for longer than I've been a VTuber, and I've seen bad collabs happen. Is before the collab happens, go over your ground rules, especially if it's somebody you don't know. If this
Yeah.
is your first time collabing, because they might like each other as a viewer, or you might like what they do. Doesn't mean you vibe together as actual streamers. But set your ground rules first. Whether are they okay with this topic, or are they okay with that topic? Are you okay with
Luna,
being
thank you so
lewd
much for the follow.
on stream?
Yeah.
Like, I am an R18 streamer.
Okay.
That doesn't mean everybody I stream with is R18.
I
I
also want
understand
to...
that, and
Sorry to cut you off.
no,
But I also want to put this out there. If a collab goes bad, do not go to Twitter about it.
nope.
Do not go to Twitter about it, because this is, again, coming from personal experience. This person went to Twitter and ranted about it. And after that, my viewership dropped. And that was a major hit to me. Because I was much smaller than I am right now.
Yes, it's. I was gonna say mid if when before you actually got back, we were talking about having a bad club, and then you feel like you don't want to dampen the mood, which I actually think is a good thing. Let's say you're having a bad you're having a bad collab with somebody,
Yeah.
and you don't want to dampen the mood. I actually agree with that, and I don't think you should go out of your way to dampen the mood. I know people
Yeah.
who will.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a level of professionalism you need as a streamer, and maybe this is because streamers generally trend to be younger,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't gotten around to the much in the work life in general. You are always going to work with somebody
Yeah.
that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean, and the good thing about being a VTuber, you don't have to do it again.
Yeah. So
You can, if you have a bad stream, you can just not collab with them again. Sometimes you may end up in collabs with them. That doesn't mean you have to treat them harshly or go out of your way and feel like, oh my god, they're there. No, just act like a normal human being who has a job. Sorry, that's a wrong way to put that, but just listen. You're going to work with people you don't like.
yeah.
You're going to stream with people well, you don't have to, but high chances if you start collabing around, you're going to eventually collab with somebody you don't like, and maybe they're often collabing with somebody you like, so you end up in collabs with them occasionally.
Yeah.
You just be professional about it. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to be buddy buddy with them, but you can still be entertaining and professional at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be sulking in a corner because, oh my god, I can't believe she invited her.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I can't believe he said that to her. Uh, like,
Don't be a Debbie Downer.
yeah, you're here to again. This goes back to my original point. As a streamer, you are here to entertain. This
Mm-hmm.
isn't just an outlet for your emotions, your feelings. This is not your personal therapy.
Yeah.
Just be honest with him. Sometimes you don't be honest with the person you have a
So,
problem with.
I'm gonna put this out there. If you don't like this person, don't say anything. Because that is the best way to avoid any drama or hits to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because say you're collabing with someone and the person that you don't like is someone bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They may go to whatever platform, start talking shit about you, and you're gonna get hit so fucking hard in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
Yep. It's and I know the initial you're like even oh well I'm not gonna tell him but I'll tell our mutual friend that hey I don't like him I'm not going to collab or I don't want to collab with them. I wouldn't necessarily even put it that way.
Yeah.
Because I listen, I've been put in the hard spot of being the friend that friends with friends of friends and they don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sometimes you don't want to tell, oh hey, he doesn't like you because that's going to start you don't know you can't control how other people are going to react to a situation.
Yeah.
So no don't necessarily tell the lead of the collab. You can come up if you don't want to make that collab. This is not, of course, this is not including, hey, this guy's a sexual offender, or the actual serious shit that happens in our
Yeah.
community. This is, hey, I just don't vibe with this. You can
Mm-hmm.
turn down the collab and say, hey, I'm not interested, but we can do a one-on-one collab at some point. Or
So,
hey, I'm sorry, I'm just not vibing with this with the way this last stream went.
yeah.
I would still love to collab with you in the future. They'll get the point without you having to go out of your way to say, "Hey, I don't like this guy or girl for
Yeah.
whatever reason."
Yeah. No, I
Just
will.
don't make drama. Don't make
It's
be
so easy
tactful,
not to
yeah.
make drama. It is so easy. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bully. And don't be mean. There we
Going
go.
and I get everybody has a bad day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a bad day. Maybe the first collab you had with them, maybe things weren't going right. Maybe I mean, things happen. Sometimes there's scuff and it just starts off wrong.
Yeah.
And the person's in a bad mood now. Listen, scuff happens, but it's still annoying. It
Mm-hmm.
still puts everything. It can put you in a very bad mood. It
Yeah.
does for me sometimes,
Oh
and
yeah, no, I feel
it does
that.
it sets the vibes off completely wrong. And if you're not tactful enough as a streamer, or if you're the one who's leading the collab and you're not able to fix that vibe, whether you're not charismatic enough to fix that vibe or whatever, don't necessarily take it harsh.
Mm.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe like
I mean,
sometimes people just have
the
a bad
best.
time, bad
I
day.
mean, I know what I do and what Sushi does and what Star does is we laugh it off
Mhm.
to keep the energy going.
Right.
But that's for me, at least it's me just pushing it down that I'm so fucking annoyed. And soon enough that feeling fades because like since the energy didn't start off wrong and I
Mhm.
didn't let it be known that hey, I'm fucking annoyed now. It fades and you're actually having fun.
Mhm. It's just getting past that annoying. That again, there's that professionalism that becomes involved in there too, where yes, we are entertainers. Guess what?
Mm.
Push it down.
It
Continue on.
I think it translate. translates over from my actual job because I deal with a lot of annoying people. I deal with a lot of annoying shit at my job, but I have to keep that
Food
smile
service.
on my face because
Uh,
it's customer service and food service. And you don't want to greet someone with a frown and an upset tone.
well, you shouldn't, but let me tell you, a lot of people do. A lot of people do.
I will
But
also say, thankfully, customer service voice has not come out on stream.
hi,
Because,
this is Crucible. How are you doing?
yeah, no, I will. Okay, so I'm down here right now, right? My voice is much lower than it is for my customer service. Say I'm at work. I will look up whether I'm sweeping, making food, and I'll be like, hi, hello, welcome.
Mm-hmm. Hi, this is Crucible the Fox. How can I take your order? Of course. Yes, let me take a look at that. I don't know why everybody's like customer service voice is just 2 octaves higher than their actual
I
voice.
sound like a female when I do my customer service voice because I'm like, hey, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Is it still
Mm-hmm.
snowing out?
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I hate making small talk. I hate making small talk anyways, even though
Mm-hmm.
that's all we do. As
Yeah.
a streamer, that's kind of all you do. But for me, I think starting streams once I'm older helped a lot. Individual life experience can help in not getting into drama, of course. And I want to point out, and becomes more relevant as you get older and you
Mm-hmm.
deal with this. Somebody disagreeing with you is not a bad thing in of itself.
Yeah. No,
That is not
because
a reason to cause drama.
so
People have different opinions.
so that's why I'm doing this with Cruci. Because me and him definitely have conflicting opinions about some stuff in the VTubing community and streaming community. But some of
Mhm.
our ideals match up. I don't take someone disagreeing me with as a bad thing. I take it as a, hey, let me look at this from their their perspective, right? Words, their perspective. Holy fuck! Why was that a struggle to get out? Um, and I take it as a learning experience.
That's that's the way you should go through life.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't, but you're as a public facing individual, which we are now,
Uh huh.
or public facing anime figure, whatever you want to say. Uh,
You are now a
um,
Vocaloid.
yeah, unless you are intending to become a drama tuber,
Mm-hmm.
you you really need to be able to take opinions
Yeah.
that you don't agree with, because you're gonna get people are gonna say shit in chat that after you say something, they will sometimes people will criticize you.
Yeah.
You have
You
to
just,
be able to deal with that, or they might no, that what are
so
you talking about? That's wrong. That's
I
what then you
think
have to be able to deal with that. Sorry.
I think at that no, you're good. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. But I think at that point, even when you're younger, I think your parents should be teaching you, hey, there's a thing called constructive criticism. So don't look at all criticism as a bad thing. Take it as a way to improve yourself, improve the way you react to things, and improve your view on the world. But God forbid, because newer parents don't know what the fuck they're doing. If you are a newer parent and you do know what you're doing, good on you. But the children I've met are just,
I
I
can
want a
tell you
scooter ankle them!
I can tell you our parents didn't know what the fuck they were doing either.
Oh, no, I was a test child. So, I'm going to be honest. I'm the oldest. I'm my mom's oldest. I'm not my dad's oldest, I'm my mom's oldest. Because my dad has 3 other kids who are much older than me. But I am my mom's oldest. So, I ended up being essentially the learning project. Like, the test subject, learning project, whatever you want to call me.
I'm lucky I'm the youngest.
No, I'm the oldest. So, my mom didn't know what to do when she had me.
Oh, same cinnamon. I was not planned either.
Oh, I was planned, but they still didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
I mean, and same thing with their parents before them. Nobody knew what the fuck. Nobody knows what they're doing.
There's not a parenting manual, but I'm talking like people my age or your age who are just now having kids and are like really into the newer social norm is the best way I could
Well,
put it because I can't think of the word, but
we. This is a little bit more political than I would like to go. We are very individualistic now,
mhm,
maybe more so than any other point
yeah,
in our country's history. At least when we're talking from an American perspective,
yeah,
where everybody is the main character and they believe they're the main character to a extent that's degrading almost.
yeah,
And I've been noticing like a lot of people will absolutely feel that they can never be wrong.
mhm.
And any attempt to be wrong
I
or
would
any
say,
time they are wrong or something goes wrong, it's an almost a personal offense to them.
I would say the best. Give me a second. I'm choking on the chip.
Wow, professional.
Guys, I'm a professional streamer, I swear. The amount of entitlement these days.
Oh yeah. Man, like it's hard to say this as a VTuber because there is a little bit of feeling like I am the main character and I am entitled to your view. How dare you stop viewing me? But because being a streamer is a little bit being an egotist. I don't know. The very idea of having, hey, what I'm doing is so important, people should be watching me,
Yeah.
is a
Especially,
little bit narcissistic, isn't it? Just a little bit. Like there's a little bit of narcissistic tendency to
mm,
be a streamer or to be an entertainer.
especially if you're bigger. There's going to be an inflated ego, a lot of hubris, and entitlement.
Oh, oh, honey, I hit 1K. I am so much better than
Cruci, I'm going to
everyone.
chase you around with my fucking slipper. Do not test me. I will go full
Uh,
fucking Mexican mom on your ass. I
oh,
will
honey,
chase
I
you
hit
around with the
1K.
chancla.
Oh, so many people want to see me. Like, I just don't. Yeah, I guess you might be suffering, but I'm doing fine. I'm
See,
gonna pull up this ladder behind me, thank you, and climb. Fuck
yeah,
the
yeah,
jungle.
exactly.
No, here. That's more of a human problem too. Is that yes? Once you start getting
Who ordered
more
all this
popular,
fucking
you
anime
will
titty?
notice. Or you won't notice. Other people will notice.
Mm-hmm.
You do change.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow, Chiton.
And I'm not gonna say it's a bad change, but it
Excuse me.
is very hard for people to stay humble.
I definitely would say it's the way you handle it because it's not impossible. It's just rough. I mean, I guess the best way to just be fucking Keanu Reeves. God damn it.
Mm-mm.
Thank you for the 100 biddies. Ow.
If we could be, but more people are not Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I definitely, sir. I definitely I'm definitely gonna put this out there. I know I'm gonna stay humble because if I don't, my mom's gonna chase me around with a wooden spoon. Um, and I felt the wooden spoon enough as a child, and it hurts.
The problem is once you get to that level, you'll have a house, you'll have a car, you'll have
Mm,
what you want.
yeah. You'll. I would
Which
definitely.
what keeps you humble then is other than some a lot of them, a lot of people, a lot of high high streamers actually are humble.
Yeah.
They do understand because streaming is so new, and it's the same thing with like YouTubers and that, where a lot of them do understand you can't do this forever.
Mm-hmm.
And the chances that you have your highs and lows as a content creator, you might never know when you reach your peak,
Yeah.
but there's always going to be a downward spiral
Yeah.
once for whatever new, and they know that a lot of them know that. A lot of the younger ones do not, but if you look at older ones, Jacksepticeye, for instance, or even Markiplier,
Yeah.
are humble for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're no Mr. Beast, of course,
Yeah. I mean,
but
I don't know. I don't trust
It-
Mr. Beast.
oh no, that was a completely derogatory comment. I was just kidding.
But yeah, no, I would definitely say Jacksepticeye and Markiplier have been able to stay humble.
It's just, and this is something we can't even talk about because we're not at that level yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
it's really nothing.
guys, don't listen to our don't listen to our rambles. We're not big enough.
Also, you forgot to send me the list of what you wanted to talk about. So
I'm not gonna lie. I got one sentence.
we talked about one thing.
And it just says outline for talk. That's all it says. And then I passed out at my keyboard.
You've had 2 weeks.
Well,
I got in trouble as well, but that was because I was treated even by autistic. Yeah.
Look, guys, take a good look at Koroi. This is procrastination at its finest.
I want to make mention that, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to put you on blast for right
All right,
now,
bet,
because I can
bet.
explain this. When did we talk about you making a list?
While I was at work one night. And then I got home, got a sentence, and passed out at my keyboard.
It was a week ago, January 24th. Should I make an outline so we have something to follow, or do we just yap and see where it takes us? You put down outline and then fell asleep, so we're just yapping.
Yup.
We're just yapping. Okay. Fair enough. Actually, we've probably hit a lot of the topics we wanted to talk about anyways.
Yeah. I
But-
mean, another thing I want to show chat. You can bring this up on your stream if you want to. But the second graph, I don't know if you showed it already. But the
I have
second
not.
graph for the 0 to 5, the 6 to 10, and then the 11 to 25. It is
Let
me
grab that.
let me zoom in. Can I zoom in? I think I can zoom in. There we go. Gonna make that nice and big for you guys so you can see. I do have that college level productivity. Dude, I went to college for like a semester. I'm a college
I
dropout, guys.
graduated.
There's Cruci over here. Look at him and his big brain.
Oh, sorry. Did that come off wrong? I didn't mean for that to come off wrong. My
No,
point being,
no.
I still procrastinate.
No, you're good.
Okay.
But I want people to like take a look at this. So I don't think people understand how small of a percentage people actually have when they're above
Look at it,
3
chat.
viewers. So 0 to 5 viewers, 5 million people. 5 fucking million people. And I'm pretty sure that's including the channels that are just made by viewers.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5 million people with 0 to 5 viewers, guys. That is 94% of Twitch. Okay? Me and Cruci, I know I jump between the 2% and the 1%. Which fucking baffles me.
Let me put something into perspective right now for everyone. There are 2,708,153 live viewers right now.
Yeah.
Split between 125,000 channels.
Yeah.
You can bet the top like 0.08% is taking up the majority of that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the top like 0.25 actually, but
Yeah.
still is taking the majority of that, which would leave likely 40,000 or so channels right now have almost no viewers or
Yeah.
have no viewers. I'm looking at Twitch tracker right now to put this in perspective because I want
Uh-huh.
to see something. This is I had numbers before. For this is my own numbers. I'm comfortable with going out as also this is live, so anybody could find these numbers if they really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Um, I'm ranked in the top 1%
Are you
on
looking at
Twitch.
your stream?
I'm looking at my streamer profile. Yeah,
Yeah. Let me pull up mine.
I am
So,
ranked in the top 1%. Um, but the thing that makes this to show you how much competition this is for anybody who's thinking of getting into streaming, and I want people to have a realistic expectation about what you're looking at. With I am 0.91%. I'm in the top whatever the hell that means. Somebody
mhm.
do the percentile thingy on that.
I
But
am I'm
I
in the
am ranked.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I am in the top 2%. That's
I'm
fucking crazy.
0.091%. I am ranked 67,000th on Twitch. In the top 1%.
Mhm.
I am ranked 31,000th in English streams.
Yeah.
In the top percent.
Yeah. No, it if you start looking at statistics, it's going to blow your mind. That's why I would definitely say that's why some things are a double-edged sword. Because if you look at stats like what we're looking at right now, it's gonna boost your fucking ego because you're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm in a top percent.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at anything else, it's like your normal Twitch stats, like after like stream summaries, it's gonna bring you
Yep.
down.
Here's the bigger problem, and I think I'll put away this image for now. There's people are very bad with analytics
Mm-hmm.
in general about how they view analytics.
Yeah.
Analytics are not made for a stream by stream basis.
Yeah.
You are not intended to be constantly chasing a number that you see
Yeah.
stream after stream. You are supposed to be intending. You could even a week is short.
Yeah. No,
You're
I
ideally supposed to
do.
be comparing month to month
Yeah,
and
that's what I
trying to see
do.
that growth. Or and this is where I think analytics has a purpose as a streamer is let's say in my case I do Warframe Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do Warframe Wednesday for 2 to 3 months and compare what does my analytics look like on those Wednesdays on average across 3 months compared to what I was doing before or what I do every other day, really.
Yeah.
What am I averaging out? And is it worth to be putting effort into this segment of stream when people aren't showing for it or are not enjoying it or I'm not growing with it?
Yeah.
And that's more of like using analytics as a growth tool to analyze your own content at a macro level. People
Mm-hmm.
look at it at a small micro level, and it's not how you're intended to use those kind of analytics.
Yeah.
Also, stop comparing yourself to the guy who has 500,000 followers.
Yeah, please stop
You're not.
comparing.
It
Don't
doesn't work like that.
stop comparing. All right, that's something I've had to realize. You got to stop comparing yourself and take a look at what you're doing personally and realize how much you're actually growing. That is something I've learned along with Sushi and Star because we've all like looked at our own personal growth and there is a bit of comparison to the normal growth. We are growing exponentially faster than a lot of people,
Hmm.
which in itself is an accomplishment.
There are a lot of people I would love to be able to support. I haven't, and I can't give much thought on this because I don't understand it myself. I don't, outside of my first advice of not being a variety streamer. don't have much advice when it comes to, oh, why did you suddenly get viewers?
I
Because on an average, um, I am well aware I am lucky.
mhm.
I have the time. I
Yeah.
have the available funds that I can actually fund my career.
Yeah.
I I could spend 100 hours on Twitch in a month.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't.
Yeah.
So
No.
this strategy wouldn't work for
So
most people.
that's the thing. When you start looking at it like that, there's a lot of factors that you have to factor in. It's I can't say much on it because it overwhelms me, but um I also have time, I have funds to support what I'm doing. It's also a lot of other stuff, but not going to get into that. I think
Mm.
another thing to help you get numbers is I've noticed this with Star and Sushi is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You too. I'm my growth is stuttering because I'm not consistent because I don't have a consistent work schedule. And that is fucking me over tremendously for streaming. Because consistency, they're not lying when they say consistency is key.
Mm-hmm. And this is another thing because I work a desk job, I can be consistent.
Yeah.
I I know when my shift ends. I might sometimes be a little bit late,
Mhm.
or maybe something might come up. But I always know I'm going live at 7, and if I'm not, I'll make a post saying I'm not. But generally, if you want to find me, I am going to be live at that time
Yeah.
every day. I don't even need a schedule because I've done this every day for a year
So
at the same time.
I have a little bit of consistency, like very little. And that is me streaming at 12 at night because I get off at 11 for however long.
Mhm.
Like the stream time is definitely going to fluctuate. I think it's the starting time that has to be consistent so they know where they they know what time to find you.
Yes. Stream duration not necessarily that important. Well,
Yeah.
it is important, but it's not the key factor.
Yeah.
Unless your streams are intended to have, have somebody behind you and you're sleeping,
Yeah.
or they're sleeping, sorry, not you're sleeping. Unless you're like an ASMR streamer who's they want you to be there for a certain amount of time. You're their
Mhm.
calm time. You're their happy time, whatever you want
Yeah.
to however you want to phrase it. But for most streamers, I feel like having that consistent starting time, like you said, is more important than having consistent end time.
Yeah.
Knowing that, and that's not always going to be the case. But because I know people, I watch people and I was like, oh damn, he ended it in 4 hours. He goes
Yeah.
12 hours. What happened?
I will
Um,
definitely say for some streamers it varies. But just consistency is key in this point. Like on my days off, I would love to start at 12, but I have such a fucked sleep schedule because I stay up all night.
my Saturday and Sunday schedules. I've streamed every day this month, but usually I do take Sundays off. But my weekend schedules are all over the place.
Yeah. No.
Hourly wise, I'll stream that day sometime. I don't fucking know. I'll stream
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah. You'll see me sometime today.
Am I hungover? I might be streaming at like 4. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no. On my days off, I try to make a point to either stream 10 a.m. or 12 p.m., like in the afternoon,
Hmm.
and go for quite a while. But today I ended up sleeping until 2, so I did start like a few hours late. But on the days I do work, I stream all night. I go from 12 to like 6
Mm.
because I need to get sleep. But yeah.
And I think this is something I can't speak on. But this question I wanted to ask you, and this is relevant to definitely the consistency. How are you finding your consistency with a subathon?
Um so shit. This is tough. So I can't. So as you, if you're my follower, if you view my streams every day or every time I'm live, you'll understand that I don't stream all day every day. There's multiple factors that go into that. Like I work 9 hours. I work 9 hour shifts. I sleep for like 8 to 9 hours on my days off, or on my days that I do work, I get like 5 hours of sleep, and I can't keep my PC on that long. So I would say it depends on what they're doing IRL. It depends on what their job is, how their equipment is. Because for me, if I were to leave my PC on, it would spontaneously combust
Mm.
because it gets so hot.
Well, I will say, in this case, you don't even on this. Very few people have do the thing where your subathon continues all day. Like you put on,
Yeah,
whatever the game you guys have with the gambling machine,
yeah.
whatever that game that is. Most people don't do that. That I've noticed that do a subathon. They'll just log in every day. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I would have anybody watching either way.
So
So I
surprisingly,
don't.
well, because I've seen this with Star and Sushi and me, but so you get into a consistent schedule, something I'm trying to do with work, but um, I only put it up when I'm like gone, or if my parents require me to like go bring them to the store. So if I'm like still streaming, but I need to put something up while I'm gone because I have to go do something, that's what
Hmm.
I'll do. Um, and it does keep people there because it's still interactive,
Right.
but it doesn't keep as many people there as when you're actually streaming or playing a game.
Hmm. Yeah. So for this, and I've said this, because I've only ever even done one 24-hour stream, let alone a
Mm-hmm.
subathon.
Yeah.
So this isn't really something I can speak on when it comes to consistency. So
Yeah.
it's good to have at least your perspective on that. Because
Um, for subathons, it's a lot of factors you got to think of, and it varies person to person because of that person's life. Because not everyone lives the same life.
right. Um,
Um.
when it comes to subathons in general, when we're
Mhm.
talking about streaming and we're talking about people who are coming in realistically, subathons are a huge deal.
Yeah.
In I don't know if it's not really something you see much that I've noticed, anyways,
Yeah.
outside of the VTubing sphere. It seems more prevalent in the VTubing sphere for whatever reason.
I would.
Obviously, Kai Cenat and people who are chasing the max subs
Yeah.
are going
So
for it, but
something I've noticed is smaller streamers will do it to help fund like their streaming career. Like how
mm,
I'm doing mine to help get money put towards my PC. Um how Sushi did hers to pay for her model. How Star is doing hers to pay for her model. Um she they Sushi got her model. She just has to get the rigging done. Star got her model and the rigging done. I'm doing it to raise money for my PC, and anything else I'm doing, I'm paying out of pocket. So this
hmm
this subathon is purely for my PC, but if you look at the bigger people, they're doing it for the money.
oh yeah, and it makes so one thing I really need to enforce on people just in general is
Hmm.
that even if you look at my growth or you look at Koroi's growth, um this does not mean we can do this as a even as a
Yeah.
side gig. You can't live off this.
No.
This is not in general, I want to say you can't even begin to think about
So
doing this as a livable situation
yeah.
until you hit partner.
Hmm.
This is dependent on other factors in a person's life and where they're living,
Yeah.
but because we do know somebody who does make a living off Twitch,
Hmm.
um, but that is very far and very few between and before you hit partner.
Yeah.
And the reason I say hit partner, and I want to clarify this, is because you can't even really get sponsorships until you're a partner.
Yeah.
Generally, bigger brands aren't going to want to deal with you.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna say something. Give me a moment. Trying to think. Trying to think of what I was gonna say. Also, hi, Sal.
Anyway, um,
Uh
oh, I just
oh, okay. I remember what I was gonna say. So I'll be completely transparent. Um, my community know, the people I know, that I struggle. Like, I'm struggling a lot with bills and whatnot, and Twitch is not making. I cannot make a living off Twitch. I'll be completely transparent with how much I make. I make anywhere between $100 to $400 a month, and that is not livable for me because monthly my rent is 1,200. Every week I put 200 to 300 towards rent, and that's not including phone bill, the Wi-Fi bill that I help pay, because I've paid the phone bill, I've paid the Wi-Fi bill, I've helped pay car insurance, I've helped pay electric. There's a lot of bills that I cannot cover with Twitch.
mm-hmm,
The money I make from Twitch at right now goes towards stuff for stream,
mm-hmm.
because that can
And
help cover that.
to put it, even though I might be somewhat larger, I make well. Let me just. I'm gonna get the actual number here because I can. It's right here in front of me. But
Hmm.
I believe last month I made about a little over 100, like 107. I want to say,
So here.
which a quarter of that was ads,
Hmm.
which was definitely benefited by the fact that I streamed over 100 hours last month. Which means you're making $1 an hour
And
roughly, or I was.
another
That's not.
thing I'll have to put out there is you're not even gonna be able to use your full Twitch pay,
Oh no.
because you have to put some away for taxes, because you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
owe taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Twitch does not set aside the taxes for you. So let me go to my analytics, because I'm gonna show you guys. Like, you guys are gonna see. Like, I'm pulling up my Twitch statistics and everything. So my last payout was $391. That's pretty good for a streamer my size. But putting like half of that aside and then being left with like 150 to pay for emotes, to pay for art, to pay for model art, to pay for rigging, to pay for overlays or custom stuff, it goes quick.
Mm. That's why I said I don't even know if I made 600, and it wouldn't even matter because I'm spending all that money. That doesn't even cover close to what I spent so far.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, and I'm finally looking at my payouts in general, and it is another big problem is it's not a consistent amount of money to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can
You're
plan around that.
never going to get a consistent number every month.
No.
Never.
You might be hoping, like now I am hoping for 100 at least every month,
I
but
know,
that's not
Sal.
consistent. I have December I made 83.
Mm-hmm.
Uh December to January I made 117, and from January to now I made $70,
Yeah.
which is it's not consistent. Like if I wanted to break 100, I know it's not going to be consistent. And let alone especially if you're getting into VTubing, guys. You might not realize how expensive VTubing is compared to live
Yeah.
streaming. And I
No,
can say this as
that
somebody who was a flesh
is
tuber before.
that
It
is
is
why when you see a lot of VTubers, whether they're small or big, scream at the top of their lungs, please start out with a simple PNG. They are doing that for the sake of your wallet.
mm-hmm.
Because you do not
I
want to spend $2,000 on something that you may not even use getting into streaming because you realize you don't like streaming.
mm-hmm.
Or
I wish
like me, start with a free 3D model. There's a free application on Steam that you could use called Vroid. There's a free application you can use for tracking that does everything for you called Vignon. It's that easy. And that actually ties into I'm actually making the VTubing 101 series. I just need to
you are.
I need to
Yeah.
find time because I have 2 videos out for it. But I don't have time to get out the 3D model stuff because I've gotten halfway through the script and I haven't been able to touch it.
One thing So this is strictly for VTubers because this isn't something that ever happens outside of VTubing. I've noticed. Um, Debuts and debuting as a new streamer, the amount of people, and this is why again, big streamers will harp on you to not do this. Get a PNG, get a prepaid model, something like mine. This was $10.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. This model I have is about $10 or a little over that, whatever it was at the time. Because, and if you've been in the VTubing sphere long enough, you will have followed somebody who came into VTubing, usually through Twitter, was setting up the debut, went through the debut, maybe got like 100 people watching. That'd be a very good debut. But still, um, maybe it had a few thousand followers before they even debuted. Debuted, streamed a week, streamed maybe 2 weeks, and then gave it up.
Yeah. Debuts are expensive because right now, I've talked to Cruci what I'm planning to do for my 2D model debut. Once
Mm-hmm.
I get the art done and the done, it is going to cost me, apart from the model, just for like the overlays, the alerts, the factoring in the emotes I've already gotten, and like a bunch of other stuff. That is going to cost me $1,000 just for the assets.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
that's not factoring in the amount from the model because I've spent $1,000 just on the model art.
mm-hmm.
So
And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of these people they spend maybe they had an extra amount of money. Maybe they whatever they came into money or whatever.
mhm,
They'll spend $2,000-3,000 on a model itself, then spend another 1,000 on assets. Maybe they even come with a lore video.
yeah.
And God, that is expensive.
No,
Um,
I can take this because I know someone who's doing a lore video, and it's a lot of money because you have to pay for every single panel. You have to pay for the background music. You have to pay an editor to put it together. You
mhm,
have to, if you're getting voice actors, you have to pay the voice actors
mhm.
unless you're
Um,
voicing it yourself. But it
and
is
then
expensive.
you do all this, and yeah, you might get followers. Um, what happens when you don't get money from it?
Yeah.
What
You
you're going into it with a short-term gain idea of what that model is. You're not Trixie or whatever Tricky, whatever her name is. But the point being, you're not already a large streamer
yeah,
who's guaranteed to make money off this.
you're
Well,
not
not guaranteed, I guess,
yeah,
but
and you're not it's not like you're entering a big VTuber company where you know you're going to get the viewers, where you know you're going to end up getting the money back. You're you spent all
hmm
this money on what? It it's always better to start
it
small and cheap.
I think this goes back to where we began the discussion, where people are getting into VTubing with the wrong idea behind it,
Getting into the
which a
getting
lot
yeah,
of people are think because what you see, you everybody who's getting into it is noticing the most glamorous parts of VTubing. You're noticing the large streamers. You're noticing you might be seeing a bunch of clippers who are taking do the clipping for these guys. You see the huge amount of payouts they're getting just from super chats or biddies or donations on stream. That isn't going to happen for you.
no.
Not immediately anyways.
Yeah.
It might never happen for you. It really you have to make a community that's okay with doing that too.
Yeah,
And that's hard to find.
it is, especially in this economy.
It's also I want to point out, and the whole reason I don't do subathons in general is that I have seen many people crash and burn on what they think their community could give
Yeah.
compared
No.
to what the reality of that is.
No, I came into the subathon. not expecting anything to happen, not expecting to get past the first week. But here I am, 85 days later, or 86, somewhere around there. 86 days later, or 86 streams later, still going, still have 50 hours on the clock, and I have most of my PC parts funded. It's always better to go into something with no expectations.
I've noticed, I've known plenty of people who have gotten, like, they're small going into, well, our first reward for the subathon is at 100 subs. Like, excuse me?
Mine was at, hold
You
up,
you
where,
average at like 10 at best. Why are you aiming for 100 subs
hold up,
as your
mine,
first reward?
my first reward, I think, was at like 5 subs.
Yeah. And then of course they get upset, or they don't realize the reality of what their community can provide and what their outreach is.
Yeah,
Unless you happen to get lucky and you know somebody who has a lot of money and won't hesitate to spend that on you, live within your means, or
okay.
I guess promote within your
Yeah,
means.
no, my first reward was at 10 subs. That's a
And I feel
fairly
like that's
reasonable
pretty
expectation.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're and that's a lot of people, that might be their entire subathon is 10 if they get subs at all. Sometimes I've seen subathons where nobody subbed.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be me. I can't lie, that would definitely be crushing. But at the same time, you're asking for money.
Yeah.
You have to be providing a service worth that money. And I'm not saying they're not providing that service, but I'm saying they're not getting a crowd that believes they're providing that service.
Mhm.
So it's money when it comes to VTubing, or it comes to streaming in general, I guess. Doing it for money is not the greatest idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you can be that one or zero. Wait, what was that image? 0.08%
Yeah.
out of 6 million or whatever many streamers that is.
Mhm.
You do the math on how many of those individuals that can possibly be,
Yeah.
and if you're more likely to win the lottery or not.
Yeah.
The only benefit is, uh, hard work can get you somewhere in this industry.
Mhm. No,
Maybe even more so than well, no, luck. Luck is way more way more important than
yeah,
hard work.
no, you
But
got to be lucky.
nothing matters if being lucky doesn't matter if you don't have the ability and you haven't worked hard enough to be at being a streamer to be able to make use of that opportunity that you're given.
Mhm.
Um, I think, like, there are many people who have been given it fell into their lap. Maybe they got rated by somebody large, somebody huge, maybe 1,000 something viewers, and then they just made nothing out of that because they weren't prepared for it, or they weren't ready to take on that kind of responsibility. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you're just not at that point yet,
Yeah.
whether it be as an entertainer or as a streamer, to be able to deal with, like, obviously if I drop someone, if I got 1,000 viewers now, I'd be fucking flabbergasted.
Oh, me too.
Um,
Like I am not mentally prepared for that at all.
no, but would y- I feel like you would have to. Even you, Koroi. I feel like you would at least do your best to make do with what you have at that point. Some
Oh,
people would have an
definitely.
absolute panic attack
Definitely. I mean,
and have no idea how to keep that entertaining or keep people there.
yeah, no, I kind of short circuit when that, like, no, it doesn't even matter. Like, if I get a raid in general, I kind of short circuit because I'm
Hmm.
not expecting it. Because I'm like, okay, no, I'm just gonna chill with me and my viewers. And if I get a raid of any kind, I'm like, holy fuck, thank you so much. That's fucking crazy. Thank you for sharing your community with me. And then I try to remember to do my raid spiel. And say, hey, streaming is a job, so if you need to like take care of yourself, please do. It I've memorized my rage spiel. It's uh, but the thing is though, I talk way too fast.
When you're nervous or
Yeah,
just in
no,
general?
just when I'm put on the like any raid. Because
Mm-hmm.
say Sushi or Star or someone was to raid me right now, I'd be like, oh my god, like even though they're my friends and their community is familiar with me, I'm like, oh my god, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome raiders. If you don't know who I am, here, let me just really quickly give you guys an example of how I do my raid spiel. So I talk fast, and I apologize for that. You guys are just gonna hear a bunch of rambling. So it goes,
Mm-hmm.
welcome, welcome, guys. I'm Koroi. I'm a 3D VTuber. I play a variety of games ranging from Sunhaven and Stardew to Remnant 2 and Siege.
What?
Exactly.
Slow. Okay? That is something you can practice, though. That's what I mean, and I want to bring this back to the hard work part. There are things that, as a VTuber or as a streamer, you can practice.
Mhm.
Your raid spiel is one of those things. Your
Yeah.
opener, your closer are things
Mhm.
that you should be practicing.
Yeah. No, it's always because I I've been trying to slow it down, but when I slow it down, my brain stops.
Yeah, it's practicing until you get it to the point where it
Me
just comes out
too,
without you thinking
Malik.
about it.
I'm also dyslexic.
I mean, I understood it, but the words were going together.
They were
Like they were
jumbled.
just stringing into it. Like I could make out the individual words, but it was actually difficult to tell the sentence structure on
Yeah,
that.
it's like, hey guys.
So
So, yeah, because I've been trying to get it to where I'm talking slower. Like, hey guys, welcome. My name is Koroi. I'm a 3D VTuber and variety gamer. I play a variety of games ranging from Sunhaven and Stardew to Remnant 2 and Siege.
there you go. That was perfect. So you do need you need an ender there. You need an ender there if you're gonna go that slow though. But yes, that was
um,
perfect.
Typically, when
And
that happens, I get at least one follow, so it follows me into thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Demikit cult. I now officially own your soul, and if you don't have a soul, I will gladly take chicken nuggies in payment.
yeah, you could just go welcome to the demi kit. Like ignoring the follow. I mean, just in case you don't actually get a follow, but you could actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can just carry that on in. Welcome to the demi kit
Demikit
cult.
cult.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You know. But that's one of those things that, as a VTuber, you could practice. Same thing with voice control.
Mm-hmm.
Voice control, because you don't want to be talking like this all the
No.
time.
No,
This is not entertaining.
you're gonna wanna, like, project your voice. Like, say you were on.
Who ordered all this
Thank
fucking
you so
anime
much for the
titties?
follow, Malik.
Okay,
welcome
do the
to
whole spiel. Go ahead.
welcome to the Demikit cult. Now that you've dropped a follow, I officially own your soul, and if you don't have a soul, I will gladly take chicken nuggies in payment.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. Your
Yeah.
mic's cutting in and out.
So that's another thing. I have a really shitty mic.
I can tell it was probably doing it on your side too, because your
Yeah.
Discord
Yeah.
thing just started kicking off.
Yeah. It oh no, your soul. It's okay. If
I
you
already
don't
own your soul, Cheaton.
Yeah,
Shut up.
exactly. So I'll take chicken nuggets. Preferably the heart-shaped ones that Tyson is putting out for Valentine's Day.
Oh man, I don't want to think about that. Oh, I'm gonna go. Definitely gonna get a Pizza Hut heart-shaped pizza. Eat
Fuck
it
yeah.
alone in my tears,
You're maidenless.
dude. Okay. This not dealing with VTubing. This is just a personal story, so everybody can forget about this part. I want to say like 6 years back, I came home from work, and this is back before COVID, so we worked in the office always. Got home to a pizza on my bed from my roommates, and I have never felt so single in my life.
Oh
Because at the time I was living with a guy and his wife.
no. Mm-hmm.
So they got me a fucking Pizza Hut pizza shaped in the shape of a heart, and it was delicious, and I have never felt so single in my life.
Alright, fair enough. So,
All right, sorry. Back to
so,
VTubing.
so, um,
I just want to throw that one out there.
moving
Clip that, assholes.
past the whole, like, I guess advice and, like, pointing out stuff for streaming, I guess this is gonna be, I guess, a bit more controversial, and a lot of people You know, we don't have to do this if you don't want to, if you're not comfortable with putting your opinion out there. But why not share our opinions on like the VTubing community at the moment? Because it's it's a mess.
Um,
It's a
I
mess.
I say things that are fairly controversial all the time on my stream lately, um, because it is harder and harder for me to pull back on this, and
Hmm.
I've this is where you and I also have differing opinions on what
Yeah.
being a VTuber means. As I said, and like I feel like this is at least a as once you hit affiliate, this is a side job, and a lot of
Hmm.
people should be treating this as a professional um side side job. So one of the best things of advice I've ever heard is take a journal, write out your thoughts into the journal, compare just do it every day. If you have an opinion that you're going to throw on Twitter, write it in a journal instead.
Yeah.
Don't and because a lot of your opinions that you might be putting out there, unless you're a drama tour and you're doing this for on purpose, um, are emotionally fueled. Emotions are not how you should be approaching social media.
Yeah.
As as a that's I hate saying professional because I'm not professional. I don't make I don't make nearly enough about this to call
Yeah,
myself
no,
professional.
I don't
Um,
either. This is just
but
too.
from a business, and this is also stemming from me being a bit older, I think, and being absolutely sick of the VTubing community in general
Oh,
when it
me
comes to
too.
things like this. Um, you people are treating VTubing like it's a high school notebook or
Oh,
a yearbook. I They will put out their hates, their disgust with one another for the most
yeah.
mundane bullshit. Sexual. Obviously, we have problems with like sexual assault and parasocialism and using
Yeah.
their communities for sexual gain, whatever. Those are actually
I'm
legitimate problems, but
all
that's not
out of
necessarily a
money!
VTubing problem.
Hi, Star.
Though I do find it to be constantly mentioned in the VTubing
Yeah.
community these days, but that's
Oh,
just because that's the
definitely.
community I'm in,
Yeah.
and I bet if I was paying more attention to normal streamers, that I would notice this is also the case. I just don't.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
but there,
that's something I see a lot. I've seen a trend of is there's a lot of people who have a record of being creepy or sexual towards unwanted people without their knowledge on Twitter.
mm-hmm,
There's been a trend of male VTubers doing that, and I've
mm-hmm,
seen one recently on Twitter. Um which is, I mean, I'm thankful for it and I'm glad people are putting it out there, but it's also like it's informative but not informative. Like you don't have to put the whole story out there. I mean, a quick beware of this person because they're a bad person would be great so people know to avoid them.
and okay, so this is also going to come up a little bit. Not all those stories that I've seen are anything even remotely worthy to put on Twitter.
Oh, I agree.
Listen,
I agree.
sometimes yes, somebody flirting with you in your DMs might be gross.
Yeah.
Okay, most of what I'm saying, not in every case. This isn't every case. Some of them are very legitimately, oh, sexual assaults or not sexual assault, but
Being
sexual
creepy.
harassment.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just somebody flirting in a chat and taking it too far. Sometimes it's actually almost nothing and somebody else taking it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that and still getting blasted on Twitter. And if you'll notice our community, our lovely little VTuber community likes to take things a little
Too seriously.
extreme. Um and we do virtue chase a lot.
Oh, yeah.
People will get involved in drama they have no part of
Hello, Stormy.
just to put their
To,
opinions out.
just to put their 2 cents in.
Yeah. Well, for the it's clout. We're clout
Thank
chasing.
you for the hydrate.
Virtue chasing, clout chasing, whatever. Um, things that should have been between God, the police, and the two individuals will
Yeah.
get thrown out on on the internet for clout.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily will blame the victims for that, especially when it's coming to warning other streamers. But there
Yeah.
are a lot of times where I was like, "Did you manufacture this situation just to have something to throw out?"
Yeah.
I there's a lot of drama in the VTubing community that I'm like, are both sides just in on this?
Yeah,
Is
no,
is
drama
this?
drama's too drama happens too often.
Hmm. And
That
it's the biggest thing. Like one, and I deleted this tweet because I was having an emotional moment,
yeah.
and actually I think I was drunk at the time, but
But it's
I, I
fine.
I put I
Drunk
put out,
mistakes.
and I was getting annoyed by the things I was saying. You know one thing that big streamers don't do in
What?
the VTubing sphere, anyways, they don't post anything. What they post on social media is clips of themselves, art of themselves,
Or promotions.
advertisements of their stuff,
Yeah.
or talking positively about their brand.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
They don't
They don't comment on social drama. They don't comment on drama within the community unless it's actually pertaining to them for the
mhm.
most part. Z I think the only one who I ever noticed that's actually sometimes does mention things is like Zen, but
I mean
Zen's it's good to have somebody who actually does comment, I guess,
I
to be
mean,
when you're on a larger side.
yeah. Shy Lily too, like she's done it once or twice, but that was mainly for drama pertaining her.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, with people who might look like her model. I've
Yeah.
seen usually things like that. And I fucking hate this shit. I hate our community for not understanding that foxes look like foxes, and there's only so many ways you can make a fox look like a fox.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up just cuz they have pink hair, which this big VTuber has pink hair. I don't care.
Or if you want to be like a whale or a dolphin or a shark.
Turns out being a humanoid whale is pretty difficult when you can't have a whale tail.
Yeah.
Now now I think I know what one you might be referencing, and yes, that was an obvious, too obvious, I guess,
Like
of a
copy.
look at of a copy, but you can't there's we are as a community are thousands and thousands of VTubers.
Yeah. It's hard
Listen,
to
being an
come up with a
anime,
unique area, a unique
yeah,
idea.
it's
Um,
not just being unique, but also being unique and looking good.
yeah.
You can be unique all you fucking like, but it has to be looking like a good model, good rigged model.
Mhm.
It turns out the more wacky parts you have doesn't like if you're a slime on screen and you don't have any emotion, what the hell's the point of having a
Yeah.
slime on screen?
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
know.
hi Kara. But
Hi Aki. Hi Therfan.
yeah, no, I agree. Like that's something I was like like coming up with a VTuber model idea is definitely hard. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because I went from being like a normal cat human hybrid type thing, and do you know how many fucking cat human hybrids there are out there in the VTubing
Mm-hmm.
community? That is like one of the most common things to go for.
Oh, I
So
know.
here I
I'm a
am.
fox boy.
Here I am. I'm still not fucking unique. It's not at all with my choice, but I'm a Nephilim Neko.
A cat with angel wings
So
and devil horns.
A Nephilim is like half angel, half demon.
Mm-hmm. So, but that like we said, that leads into the point though, or the point I was complaining about is, and this also ties back to virtue chasing, clout chasing, whatever you want to say,
Hmm.
where people always like, oh my god, I'm such a good person. I'm calling out this person for looking or for being too close. I would never do that. I'm truly unique, and they're also using just a basic generic ass white fox model.
Yeah.
Where's my tanned or black models, by the way?
For real. Like, okay, the thing is,
I
so
I
an
will say I understand why people don't want to necessarily have a black model.
yeah.
I get it.
But
Especially since the majority of us are, well,
white. Yeah.
whiter than
Another
than
thing is though,
A12
because
paper, but
this is something that Kenji came across. Like, if you've ever watched Kenji and whatnot, he's had this talk about his model. You can ask for tan skin or darker skin, but they will
Mhm.
whitewash you, completely ignoring that request. They will whitewash you so hard because
oh
if
yeah,
you've seen
I did see
Kenji,
this.
like if you've seen Kenji, he's not white. He has a darker skin tone,
Mhm.
but they whitewashed his model.
I can't remember what I can't remember the reason they gave. I think it was something to do with shading or something like that. But I was like, whatever, man. And
Yeah.
I have my heart's out to them because that is not
Mhm. I've
like
also
I make comments about being a male in the VTubing sphere
yeah.
and also having and how many people don't want to do that, even do that. And I'm just a white guy. I can't imagine having to get a black model done
Yeah.
and how
No,
difficult that would actually be.
there was also another VTuber I've seen. Their model is fucking beautiful. They are black, and they were complaining, like, not about the skin tone, but they were saying how hard it is to find someone that'll do like a darker skin tone. But they were
Hmm.
complaining more about how hard it is to find someone to do the hair textures that they
Oh
wanted.
yeah. I mean, that's also one of those things because nobody practices it, nobody
Yeah,
knows how to do it.
yeah,
And because nobody practices it because nobody's wanting it to be practiced. It's a it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Same thing with like well you see it with robot VTubers or something where people just refuse to do anything that's not traditional white human form.
mm-hmm, yeah,
And there is the other side of things, which even I have run into, where people don't want to make models that won't get popular.
yeah. So it it's people are the VTubing community is
And I want to point out that when I say the VTuber, when I'm including at
thank
least in
you,
the VTuber
Akira.
community in this, is also our artists.
Yeah,
It's not just the VTubing; it's our artists, our
yeah.
riggers, our
No, I'm
viewers,
counting
and us.
them. I'm counting the like the
Yes,
rigger, the viewer, and the
because
artist in the VTubing community.
there is a segment of the artist community that doesn't want to that the same reason they don't want to do male models is because one, they don't have the popularity. You generally the people who are asking for models are not going to be huge streamers.
Yeah.
They are looking to be the providers for the next Shy Lily, the next V Shoujo member, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they don't want to take on somebody that they can't advertise as well.
Yeah. No, and I mean, at least I haven't run into this because all the artists I've worked with, whether it's for art, for model art, or anything, have been absolute sweethearts.
Oh, for sure.
Hi, Alpha, or hi, Luna. How are you doing? So,
Also, there's another addition. Sex sells. Hate to say it. Um,
yeah.
and this goes everywhere in the VTubing community.
That's
Um,
why lewd is so popular because the more lewd you are, the more likely you are to have people come in.
mhm. Well, I think what do we say? I can't remember the exact statistics, but majority of VTuber, by far, the majority of VTuber watchers are men.
Yeah.
Um,
Because they want to see the big titty anime girls.
mhm. And I understand. I get it. We are fulfilling a niche. Well, you guys are fulfilling a niche. I'm fulfilling a niche in a wrong way. um, I'm fulfilling a niche in another side. Because it's not nearly like you'll notice there are popular male VTubers.
hmm But if you
There's
look at
only
the
one that
ratio,
There's only one I can think of that was incredibly popular, and that was Vox. That was also a lewd tuber, and he was too far lewd, in my opinion. The other way,
So
where parasocial lewdness
I
is
think I truly think that um so speaking of Vox, I think after the whole thing that went, I don't know because I've never watched him. I'm pretty sure he dipped in popularity after the whole Niji Sanji thing with Celine.
mm-hmm.
A lot,
They
like
all did.
Ike, Fox, and whatnot, because they put out a video
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, I saw the video. I watched the
where
video, and
they said that they were shown documents that should not have been shown to anyone but the lawyers.
yeah, that whole not to get into Niji Sanji business because that's but Vox was my first pick because Vox was the most popular male VTuber in the world for a while.
Yeah.
I think he has since fallen off. Their numbers have gone to the trash from what I remember saying. But that's my point. His general content style was also um parasocial lewdness,
Oh.
which because the character when you're aiming for women viewers, which I feel like his majority of his community were approaching him with that kind of vibe, and that's his personality as a or his persona as a character
Yeah.
was definitely that rich mafia guy you see in popular
Dark romance.
dark romance movies, yeah,
Yeah.
movies, the books, whatever you want to
Books,
say.
movies, fan
Yeah.
fiction.
And which
All
is
the
why you
above.
see, and this is I don't mind talking about this because I as a male I don't give a shit.
Hmm.
There are way too many demon prince wannabe fucking dark fantasy male VTubers
So
in the sphere, and I hate it.
I took a
I hate
twist.
it so
So
fucking much.
as you guys know, I'm a femboy VTuber. I took a twist instead of the dark romance. I'm just a morally gray gremlin. That's what I am. So me being hellish royalty actually was not part of it at
Are you
all.
breaking up?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck. Let
No,
me
you.
let me quiet down a bit. But me being hellish royalty was not part of it at all. It was actually when I started talking to my friend who I refer to as Mama Inca because they have taken me in as their childs and they've helped me through a lot. Um we've decided that because I'm their child that I'm going to be their child canonically. And little did I know that actually in the lore my grandfather is the ruler of hell. So me being hellish royalty was not planned.
Oh my god, another demon prince. I can't stand it.
Look,
Why is everybody a lewd demon?
technically I'm not a prince. I just take advantage because my grandfather is a lonely, lonely motherfucker. And
Even this, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just pop it up. Yeah. Guess what? I'm also a fucking demon.
Are you
Yeah.
really? Hold up, let me see. Hold up, I gotta pull up your stream. Hold up.
Yeah. It's actually more relevant in the artwork for the model.
Fair enough.
I didn't
Yeah,
carry with it, but yeah,
no, I
every fucking model is demon related. I can't like, dude, come up with
look,
something else, man. You
mine
gotta be
mine
you
was
gotta sell yourself in a way that's
accidental.
not necessarily lewdness.
Mine was accidental, okay?
And this
Originally,
is
I was just
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying
a
this as a
fallen
criticism
angel.
towards I'm not saying this is a criticism towards lewd VTubers in general. Though I am, but also I'm not.
Yeah.
I do think it has made our I do think the amount of lewd tubers and how prevalent it is has made our sphere a little embarrassing to talk about.
Oh yeah. Because
We're
like
I feel like I'm talking about OnlyFans when I say I'm fucking a
no,
VTuber.
yeah, no, me too. Because I think the first thing they'll think of is like hentai, and if they know like big VTuber members, they're gonna think Project Melody. And if you know Project
Yeah,
Melody, you'll know that she does not safe for work stuff.
I feel like Melody isn't even that well known outside the VTubing sphere, though.
That's fair.
I mean, we know her because we're in the sphere, but I don't think if you're not looking at Melody if you're talking even as like the face of V Shoujo. You're not talking about Melody. You're
No.
like I
Face
would
of
say
V Shoujo
probably
would be like Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse and then probably Zen, and even Zen's the way Zen's proportionally gotten larger in case anybody has noticed
Oh God.
with every model, and I find it hilarious. Uh but Mousy is not like that at all.
No, she's a
But
gremlin.
if you go a little bit deeper into the VTubing sphere, once you look at Iron Mouse, oh look at VTubing, um, take a look, take a good look at some of the most popular VTubers
Yeah.
that are indie and aren't a member of a corpo, because the corpo ones can't be like that for the
Yeah.
most part.
No, I mean, I think the only big VTuber I could think of that isn't lewd, Kenji.
And we're talking about varying degrees of lewdness too.
But
Like not
Kenji isn't lewd per se. He's just fucking chaotic.
Yeah, you have a like even I wouldn't even say Porcelain's lewd. He works with lewd VTubers, but he himself outside the penis joke when he gets raided, not
Mm-hmm.
lewd. Um, then you have on the other end you have Cottontail. You have ah, fuck the only VTuber I can't remember her name. You have Henya.
Henya.
Okay, Henya's not lewd either,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I don't know much about Mother V3 because
Mother's not.
yeah,
No.
she's pretty big for an indie.
She's getting big. Yeah, she's getting bigger now too.
Yeah.
Especially after the ban, she got a lot of popularity with the new model.
Yeah.
Mother's good egg. But she's also a robot.
Yeah.
Generally with the text to speech, that it's becomes much harder. It's harder to do the lewd jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of lewd jokes and stuff has to do with the tone of your voice and how you approach and how you vibe off with people.
Yeah.
Um, that's a lot harder to do when you have a text to speech.
Oh, I agree.
And I think where also VTubers are kind of combined with VR chat in a lot of people's eyes,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the amount of 3D models people have.
Yeah.
And if you have ever spent any time in VR chat or even in the VR chat segment on Twitch,
Very sexual.
no, that's fucking that's a hell. Yeah, that's might be worse than the bathing or whatever the fuck the main thing is. Pools and whatever the hell that's called
Akira,
on Twitch.
Akira, I hate to say this, but low tones of voice don't affect me anymore. But
I'm not trying to be. This is an educational podcast, Aki. Leave your leave that for later. All right. Also, I'm stopped up. I'm not doing a sexy low tone for anybody. I would disgust myself with it.
I
You
mean,
don't
I could
sound
go
like
low.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do a goddamn low tone at all right now.
That's fair.
I sound stuffed up, and I know I'm stuffed up because I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I do, and that's I think, and if you'll notice on Twitter, there is anytime anybody brings up that there might be a small lewdness problem with VTubing, it will get immediately shoved down. That's the other problem, that nothing can be addressed in the VTubing community right
Mm-hmm.
now because people who make money do not want it to change
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. I
And
agree with that.
and I know some people don't want VTubing to change.
But it's going
They don't want
to.
it to really grow much more. They don't want it to break out into like how popular it is in Japan, where it's just something you see all the time. Kids know about it. I think there was that report that VTuber actually passed normal streamer in Japan, as a thing kids wanted to be.
Really?
But I feel like, yeah, because it's actually way more relevant there. They have VTubers in like TV shows and stuff
Dear
That's not.
God.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have that stigma to it as like we do. Um, I wasn't calling you out, Cheaton. I am calling you out. No, I understand the opinion too because anytime anything goes mainstream, it loses a lot of its the things that that
Make it
has its
special.
appeal. Like yeah, so you'll see this in 40K too. Now that 40K has gained more and more popularity, um, and with people coming into wanting to change what made it popular to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
It just normalizes things, I guess. Or not normalizes, but kind of homogenize homogenizes everything. But I do think if we are ever to progress a little bit past whatever weird niche we are in, um, Mousy is doing a good job at it. Obviously,
Yeah.
she's like the forefront. There does need to be um explosions into the real life. Like you're gonna need to see more collabs with actual live streamers
Yeah.
because that's just a whole segment of the population that right now views us as uh at best circus freaks.
Yeah.
It's just and that I can't make any changes. I don't have any power on this and I'm not nearly large enough to really be talking about it. But that is just my thoughts after viewing the VTubing community in the last year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
Um there are many problems.
Yeah.
Part of it is being a brand new niche. Part of it is that because we are faceless effectively, our problems are unique. Um
Yeah.
then like you said, there's a
No.
lot of people who get away with sexual harassment and then when they get called out, they just change
Or they disappear.
avatars. They
Um.
disappear, they change
So
avatars,
one
they go
example of this
on
is
others.
which is actually really interesting because I actually followed this person before all this happened, is Toru Karu. This
I
guy,
think I know the name.
he was like one of the biggest, uh, I would say, I want to say sexual predators, but not in like the physical way, but in the creepy way. Like
All right.
according to a lot of people, he had lists like Twitter, like X lists or Twitter lists of like female VTubers that he'd like to fuck that they
Mhm.
had no clue about. And he would be parasocial, he'd hit up friends, he like apparently someone came out that actually like met him IRL that he kind of like forced himself on them. And when he got called out for this, he just disappeared from the internet. He deleted his Twitch, he deleted his Twitter, he deleted everything. And before he did that, he actually tried selling off his model to get some money.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do as a VTuber. I would have a hard time. I've already shown my face and people already
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. I would have a hard time. I can't be a sexual predator. Sorry guys. Well, I could be, I
But
guess. It's just I
God
wouldn't be able to
no.
escape.
Fuck
I
no.
wouldn't be able to escape. Um damn. I fucked myself over. Um but on a real note, yeah, there's a lot of problems in the VTubing sphere that is unique to it because we are
Mm.
faceless.
I would also say in the
And
VTubing community, there's a lot more doxing than there is like
that
for IRL face streamers because people want to know what you look like. People want to know a lot of shit about you. So there's a lot more doxing.
mm,
Because for me at least, every other day I'm at least seeing 2 or 3 people getting doxed.
oh yeah. And it's again, yeah, because we're faceless. It's like how doxing works in video games in general.
Mm-hmm.
Um you have a disagreement with somebody, the most painful thing you can do is actually tell like, "Oh, I can't beat you in a game, but I have your real life info, asshole. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
put that all over the internet." Um but I was going to say that because we're faceless, we also trend to be younger.
Yeah.
It allows people who are barely out of high school, hopefully out of high school, please don't stream if you're not out of high school. I'm sorry. It's not Twitch is not a safe place.
No.
I'm I hate to do say Twitch is 18 plus, but it should be.
No, I agree with that. Because there's just
Um,
way too much shit on here that 13,
mhm.
13 years, 14, 13 to like 7, like maybe 13 to 16 should not be seeing.
Uh-huh. And I know this is this isn't really controversial. Everybody knows it, but a lot of the people who watch Twitch aren't 18 plus.
Yeah.
Um, and this is where the other problem I have with the amount of loot we have
Yeah.
in the segment is it's definitely, and this is something everybody knows from everybody knows everybody's farming it on pools and whatever. You are farming the younger gen for views and for cash, whatever. Doesn't make it all right though. It doesn't make it all right. We have Twitch is not a safe place to be a 13-year-old.
No. No. No, it's really
Discords are not safe for 13-year-olds. Don't
no.
join them.
A lot of the internet is not safe for a 13-year-old.
Please. Please, 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 please. Under well, I can't tell them not to do what I did
Yeah.
because, it's
Yeah.
a little it's a little it's a little
Mistakes were
hypocritical, I guess,
made.
but
Mistakes were
yeah.
made. I could agree with that. I did a lot of mistaking.
Subchatters are also very obviously. Well, it's hard to tell sometimes because there are a lot of non-neurotypical people on Twitch because well, why are you watching Twitch? You're already not the norm.
Yeah. That I can agree with. I mean,
But yeah, a lot of them, there are a lot of people. Oh, I'm not going to say the majority, but there are a lot of people on Twitch who are not of age to be watching a lot of these streams.
yeah,
We
no,
probably have a
I've
few
had
viewing this right
to.
now, and I'm telling you, go to bed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Turn off the stream.
Go the
Go to
fuck to
bed.
bed. You have school tomorrow.
I have R18 for a reason.
Oh, me
Please,
too.
for my own protection as well as yours.
It's yeah, no, my streams are rated mature. I always have the 18 plus in my titles.
Doesn't matter. Nobody.
Nobody
Ugh.
fucking cares though. It's
Yeah.
just fucking horrendous. Go to sleep, Jedi younglings. You are not old enough to wield the Force. Oh my
When
god.
you're older, you start to understand our conversations. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I've had to stop a few minors in my community. I know there's some that have popped up in sushis and stars too that we've all just like, hey, sorry, like you seem nice, but you just can't be here because we are a mature streamer, and we're doing this
It's always
for
a hard
our
conversation to have.
protection. It is
Yeah.
because and it doesn't help that after you've like made like a streamer chatter connection that and you find out they're a minor and you're like, fuck, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. And it's one of the things you don't obviously the larger streamers don't deal with anymore.
Yeah.
They have so many people who are watching them. You can't avoid it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you would do that as a YouTuber.
Yeah, it's
Other than just accept they're going to be watching.
yeah.
I mean, we kind of already have to accept it because it's not like I can force anybody to give me their fucking ID.
Yeah. I mean, there was a community I in that's strictly 18 plus, and unfortunately, I couldn't stay in it because at that time, you have to send a photo of your ID. Like you could block out your face, you
Mhm.
could block out your name, you could block out all the important details, but you have to show your birth date.
Still not comfortable with that for a lot of cases. I'm not gonna lie, especially if it's like a Discord thing. Like I don't
Yeah.
necessarily trust mods in Discords either. Maybe it's because
Mm,
I've been in Discords for too long.
yeah.
But a lot of the biggest creeps I've ever met were Discord mods.
Yeah. It's well, I can understand this because the person, like, this is actually one of the people's whose community I was like in all the time. This person does like a lot of lewd stuff. I'm talking like they do fansly streams. They do just a lot of not safe for work stuff.
Right.
So it was understandable that they didn't want anyone under 18 in their community.
Yeah, and if you're dumb enough to say you're under 18, that's not anybody else's problem. Well,
Yeah.
you're talking about the ID requirement. That makes sense too.
Yeah. Because I don't think they want a 16-year-old hanging out when there's toys
When the
involved.
girl's getting her coochie blasted, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I can understand
Sorry,
that.
I lost some professionalism right there. It's fine.
Well, yeah.
You can block that part out later. It's
It's
fine. Don't worry about it.
fine. Well, yeah.
I'm kind of I feel like we ran the gauntlet unless anybody wants to hear anything else.
Like, if anyone else
Like,
has
what are your
any
thoughts?
questions, concerns, raise your hands. This is a
Right.
class. Come on.
Unfortunately, I think I'm at ads, but I don't think it matters. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, just let us know.
Yeah.
Like,
Because if not, I'm down
there's
to like switch to a game.
it's 3 hours now. I might call it soon, anyways.
Okay. Oh shit, I'm going for 7 hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna want to call it soon too.
But and I want to. We talked about doing this as a way to see how we feel about VTubing, about content creation as we get older, right? Or as
As
we get
like
older
the
as content
time,
creators.
yeah, as the time goes
Yeah.
by.
But I'm not as I don't see anything major happening that would really make me think much differently
Yeah.
unless I popped off all of a sudden and now we're a oh, thank you for the resub. Mwah. And then I get, all the fame to my head and I'm like, "Ah, you guys are all fucking such terrible content creators.
Ah,
I am
yes.
God.
No.
Give me money.
Give
I
me
have an oil
money.
baron I have oil barons in my chat. They dropped $100 on me, 100 sub gift bomb
Oh my
for
god.
nothing. I
God.
sell my feet on Only Foxes.
Only foxes, no.
But I don't, because the main problems that I have with the VTubing and I have with content creation in general when we come up, um, aren't things that we can change
Mm-hmm.
easily. And your program that you want to create, like VTubing 101, or at least how to start as a streamer VO 101, is a great resource. I don't necessarily want to say to join as a VTuber.
No, this is just in general, like, because I'm gonna go over VTuber stuff, but then I'm just gonna get into, like, OBS and, like, stuff you can
Oh
use
no, no,
as a
I
streamer.
I was doing this more like a call off, is what I mean,
Yeah.
or a sound off. Um, the benefits you have as a VTuber, you're going to need to really look over them. Obviously, if you're a female, you have a better benefit to being a VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
This is a female dominated niche.
It is. Yes, it is.
Um, and it allows you a lot of protection as a streamer. You'll still get flamed in game chats.
Oh,
Sorry,
100 fucking percent.
you're
You're
not
not
gonna avoid
escaping
that.
that.
No, but
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
you
head
still
off
gonna want to.
soon.
Yeah, you're
Because
still
my,
gonna want
my
to.
PC's just. Everything's freezing on my PC.
Oh
Oh
no. Okay, well, call offs. Really think hard about if you want to start being a streamer, guys. Think about what your content niche is.
no. Mm-hmm.
Understand what you're getting into. Before you even start streaming, um, try to think about what you want to bring to the table, what your content niche is, what game you're going to want to play. In my opinion, I don't think you should be a variety streamer, but if that's what makes you happy, go ahead. I just think you'll see slower growth than normal,
Oh yeah.
or you'll see not than normal. You'll see slower growth than sticking with one game and carving out a niche in it.
Yeah.
Is your
But
potato
understand you can still make a
over
niche as a
baking?
VTuber. We didn't even talk about like short content or anything or getting a
Yeah.
following on anything else, but please do all that too. Make a YouTube,
Yeah. I would also say
do
try to
shorts.
space out your content. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like,
Oh yeah,
please
don't burn out. Don't be me.
don't be me. Don't do what
Don't
I do.
don't stream for every day. Actually take some time off. You don't have to
Yeah.
put a video out every day. I try to, even I can't do it. It's
Yeah,
listen, I'm not that
it's
funny. I'm not that funny.
me neither.
I can't come up with good quality like it's more important that you come up with good quality clips, I feel like, than just even though the algorithm likes you shoving shit down its throat every day.
Yeah.
Bu- 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 yeah, just really think about what you're getting into. Understand that this comes at a cost, usually both time and money. But I actually think it's worth getting into.
Oh,
It definitely helped me get over my antisocialness a little
mhm.
bit, my introvertedness a
Oh,
little bit.
yeah, no, it's definitely helped me, I guess, not be as quiet.
Mm, I'm a little bit better at small talk now
Yeah.
than I was before,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get better at doing the ums and the weird pauses when you talk. Like pausing is fine when you speak.
Yeah.
Letting your words aerate is fine. Adding in like and
So
or huh
the only
or
time I
don't
do
do any of
that,
that shit.
only time I do that is when my brain just kind of blue screens. And my chat knows that all too well that I blue screen way too often.
Oh, I understand,
But
but
I
it's one of those things that you can work on.
yeah, I
Like
know.
that's oh yeah,
Yeah, no, I think
I get the same way.
I've done a good job throughout this whole stream though with fairly with especially talking with you with not stuttering and keeping the ums and uhs out of it. I guess it's because
I have one of
it's
those opinion like on stuttering where I think it's kind of fine.
mhm,
As long as you're able to get your thought across.
yeah.
Though it does you do lose a little bit of authority when you speak. It's the same reason you want to do us or
Yeah.
you
No,
knows
it's
or anything like that. You do lose
a
authority,
lot
I
of
guess.
people hate when you put ums and uhs or when you stutter, but unfortunately for people like you may have a stuttering disorder.
Oh yeah.
Or like me, like your brain takes a moment to process it because it's going so quick. And then when you try to get it out there, you just start stuttering because you can't your mouth can't keep up with your brain.
Mhm. And again, I say take it slower, Koroi. Take it slower.
I would also say
Um
to keep stream entertaining, make some bullet points that you can talk about and just keep conversation going even if it's just with you.
if you have a let's say you're working, if you have a thought on what you want to address during stream or you have a funny story that popped up in your
Yeah.
head that you want to talk about, point it down, put it down, like she said, on a bulletin point. Put it on your phone. There's a note. And guess what? If you got a phone, there are note sections in your phone.
There's
Fucking
also
put
a
it in the
note
note
section
section.
on your computer, guys.
But I guess my last piece of advice in general, and this goes back to the ums and ahs, but it's a little bit different. Treat your voice like an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to play it.
Yeah.
Understand you are entertainment, and talking monotone like this all the time, talking at your normal voice, just uh, you know, uh, um, just doesn't do it.
So
You
So
have to use your voice as an instrument. Project yourself, obviously,
yeah.
because nobody likes somebody talking in the back, even if your mic is loud. But you have to be talking in a way that is both confident and entertaining. You
So
could be saying the most mundane bullshit
yeah. I hate
if
to
you're
interrupt
entertaining.
you, but
No, go ahead.
Akira
Sorry.
Akira just pops up put something in. I've seen a lot of VTubers talking about politics on Twitter
Mm,
lately, and I don't think that's the right move. But
no, I saw, and this is something we can't say, because we're small VTubers. I saw somebody who made a mention like, "Hey, you should you should keep your brand content. You should treat your content like a brand, meaning don't say anything. This is common
yeah,
knowledge. This is like
yeah,
you are a business. Businesses have no
yeah,
place in this. Just shut the fuck up." But she did get lambasted for it. I was like, "Yep,
yeah.
this is VTube. Twitter is never going to change."
No, no, it's not.
And the same people, and now I'm just complaining about VTuber Twitter again. Um, I there was a tweet about 3 or 4 months ago
Okay.
where she complained that she can't live off 10 viewers. It was one of those things where like I said, make a journal, write it in the journal, don't actually put it down on Twitter.
Oh
But she
no,
did. But
I
she
can
did.
already see the direction this is
And that does
going.
happen where you're emotional, but you put down like, I appreciate every one of my viewers, but I can't live like this. I can't live off VTubers or off being a streamer. And of course, you had 1,000, or well, not 1,000, that many people gave a shit. You'll have 100 like 2 or 3 viewer streamers that will come out of the woodworks and say, I appreciate every single one of my viewers, and I would never. I can you're averaging 10 viewers a stream. Well, can you possibly be complaining about that? I was like, there is nothing wrong with one. Well, there is something wrong with being emotional and putting that out on stream. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or on Twitter. Don't do
Because I'm
that.
gonna be honest, that's
But
just gonna chase people away.
hmm don't complain about money on Twitter or stream unless
Yeah.
you're going for a subathon, whatever. Um, Explaining why you're doing a subathon, I guess. But don't do that. That will drive people away. But at the same time, there is nothing wrong with tweeting or treating this as a business that wants to grow.
Yeah.
For some reason, we view streaming in general, not just VTubing, as this hobby that you're not allowed to bring capitalism into. If that makes any sense. Like, people were lambasting for wanting money, for wanting to grow as a streamer and seeing something come out of it.
So I think
Wanting to make
it's
this as a sorry, yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry. I apologize for interrupting you, but I think it's fine putting your like ideas out there, saying, "Hey, I wouldn't say too emotionally, but being like, there's how to put this, but I think it's okay to put it out there, like, kind of being like, damn, I wish I was growing more, but
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing how far I've grown already. So what more can I ask for? It's the people that really, what really grinds me is when people are like, damn it, why do I have such low views? Or why am I not making any money? This isn't working. Then look back at what you're doing, see what you're doing wrong, see ways you can improve yourself or your streams and how entertaining you are, and try to improve on that. It's
I
like
do.
learning to play an instrument or learning to play a game. You're not gonna start off really good at it. You're gonna start
Oh,
off
for
as like
sure.
the shittiest player you've ever seen. Like me in Siege. I'm horrible at that game, but I'm still learning.
I think there's a the I think what really bothers people is you'll often plateau at small amounts. For most people,
Yeah.
you're plateauing for a while at an amount that doesn't make you feel like you're a good content creator.
Mm.
Like, don't get me wrong, even now, even after past 1K, still have brainworms. It still
Oh,
happens.
I do too. Like,
You'll go a stream, you'll get, let's say, even you'll go a stream, even get a few followers. It's still not enough. Your brain's still like, oh god, nobody really enjoyed that. Who enjoyed that? Ugh. And you'll be self doubting. And that again, why I say don't put it down on Twitter.
no, don't.
Don't follow what I did and put something on Twitter. I already did, so it doesn't matter. Uh,
Yeah. No, I
don't
mean,
be emotional. Don't put it on Twitter.
the best way to do that is keep a journal.
Hmm.
Like Cruci said, just keep a journal, write down your feelings, or if you have friends that are going through the same thing, talk to them and like comfort each other about what's going, like how you're feeling and whatnot. It doesn't hurt to talk to your friends that are going through the same thing because you guys can figure it out together. You guys can support each other through it. It's see what I do. So I actually have um the dotted paper journals, and what I do is I scrapbook. That's how I get my thoughts and feelings down.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that I definitely think, and I will say a lot of listen. If you should make friends among streamers. Um,
Yeah.
just for the fact that you can talk to them about things and they will understand better than a viewer will about these types of things. Anyways, like
Yeah.
not this is full credit to viewers. They usually are, especially when they're in your community, will understand or try to understand.
Mhm.
You won't know the pressure or the brainworms you get streaming unless you start streaming.
Yeah.
It
Um
doesn't look like, oh, I'm like, oh, you should be happy with this number. That's amazing. That's a full room of people right there. Doesn't matter. It
yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Hi Gary, but no, I agree because as you said you're always going to have those little brain worms that are whispering negative nonsense into your ear.
Hmm.
And the best way, I mean, this is how I go through it is I just look at how good I've been doing, where I am at from where I started, and I just appreciate that I've gotten this far in general
Right.
because it's like, okay, yeah, I don't think I'm doing good, but if you look at the statistics and look at your growth and how far you've come within however long you've been streaming, you're still doing exponentially well as a small streamer. That it But then again it varies person to person because not everyone
Hmm.
is as lucky or can grow as
Also,
fast.
even with fast growth, and I said this earlier, you'll sometimes, and this becomes a problem when you actually do start paying attention to the VTubing community. You'll see people pop off and go well past you in a minuscule amount of time compared to you. It'll happen. It always happens.
Uh
Um,
one example,
and that's
one example of that is me and you.
I fucking knew that's what you were gonna say.
I'm not
To be
mad.
fair,
Chrissy, you deserve it. I'm glad you've gotten this far. I'm not mad about it at all. It's just amazing how quickly you passed me.
to be fair, um, we have nothing on sushi anyways,
Oh,
even if we're
fucking
talking just about our community.
or
So,
star, or star.
or star because
Those
I mean
two. Jesus
I'm in a
Christ.
year and 3 months or 4 months now,
Mhm.
and it just took me that long to get 1,000. You can find a lot of streamers who pass that within months. Like,
Okay, me and Sushi and Star are all going up on our 2-year anniversary soon. At some point this year, Sushi's past 2K, Star's almost at 2K, and I'm approaching 1K.
yeah, you'll get there. It's just
At,
really it
yeah,
can
no,
it's
that brings it
people dependent, you
that
know.
brings back to the point where if you're a variety streamer, you're gonna have slower growth. I have slower growth because I'm a variety streamer, meaning
Hmm.
I do a variety of things that not everyone likes. So
And
it's a constant fluctuation for me.
hmm I will say there is definitely some benefit being a variety streamer over when it comes to building a community over being a single part of streamer, or a single game streamer because even in my case, the amount of follows I have do not necessarily translate to viewers.
Hmm.
Followers never translate to viewers.
Yeah, never.
It's I know the general rule is like 1 to 100
Yeah,
is what you. That's not always true though, because I mean, yeah, I might hit 1,000. I might pull 15 a stream. I might pull 30 one stream. It doesn't
yeah.
translate necessarily. But most of the people who follow will never come back.
Oh yeah, so Akira, we actually went over that chart earlier. Like in the very beginning, we actually went over the chart of that everyone's been seeing on Twitter of where
Oh yeah.
we sit. Currently,
Mhm.
I am in the I think like I'm since I'm approaching the 2 year mark, I'm in the 5 to 10% remaining.
I mean, it's not terrifying. You got to realize that one, content creation is oversaturated. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we're just not everybody's gonna be in content. Like, it will enjoy it. Nobody can. We don't. Even among 6 million, actually, it was like 2 million viewers right
Yeah.
now, split amongst 134,000 channels. It just the numbers there don't add up. There's not the viewers to hit all those channels. And
Yeah.
if you're not streaming to anybody, what's the point, right? You're gonna have that thought. Why am I even bothering streaming?
Mm.
Nobody's watching me. And if that goes for a month, okay, maybe you're okay. That goes for 3 months, you're not gonna want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
And you also got to remember how many people will stream maybe once a week at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe streams once every Friday or once every midweek,
Yeah.
Wednesdays. Um, has streamed 6 times in 3 months. Quit. Okay, no loss. But that's the amount of people who actually take it seriously enough to go a year is so much lower.
Yeah. No, I and going back to this, it's just circling back now. It's if you want to grow, consistency is key.
Yep. Yep.
That's that is definitely a big part of it. If you want to grow, you got to be consistent. Especially as a smaller VTuber because you're or a smaller streamer in general, you're gonna want to be consistent. Whether you're a face cam, you're a flesh tuber, or you're a VTuber, or you just stream faceless without a VTuber model or without a camera. Consistency is what's gonna bring people in because they're gonna know, hey, at this set time, this person's gonna start. And
Heck, I stream when I feel like it.
yeah,
You're an
yeah,
artist. You make money elsewhere. It's
yeah.
fine.
Um,
Stinky.
Speaking of, I'm gonna be. Oh fuck! I gotta message the artist soon. But Akira, I may bother you. I may poke you with a stick. I may poke you with a stick. I may.
That's a threat.
I may. A little tappy tap with a stick on your arm. It's fine.
Run.
It's not a threat. A threat is saying I'm gonna chase you around with a goddamn chancla.
Run.
No, cause I'm gonna bother Akira with some possibly some animated emotes.
Run.
No, don't run.
You're gonna pin slap.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Okay. So I'm
No.
gonna I'm gonna send you a clip. You have to watch it. Do it on stream, okay? Do it on stream. Make sure the volume's not too loud.
I am not that kind of streamer.
No, okay. It's not bad.
I am not this kind of streamer, guys.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
know
look,
what's
it's
wrong
not
with them.
that bad.
I think this is the last time we're actually going to stream with Koroi.
No!
I would like to thank everybody for coming out and
see.
enjoying and being here with us in this lovely little rant podcast, whatever the hell we call this. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. I want nothing to do with it. What did you send me? Oh God.
It
Can I get?
makes sense when
Oh,
you
how do
watch
I?
it.
Um.
Oh my god.
All right. All right. One sec. Now
It,
you're gonna make this. You're gonna make this a thing. We're gonna make this a thing. Um. How do I even do this?
it makes sense, I promise. It's not bad.
Media. Media. We're gonna do media. Doesn't matter. Um. Wait. Can you guys hear that? Oh wait. I can't hear it. Could you guys hear that? It kind of came in weird. One sec.
It makes sense, I promise. It's okay.
Mm, mm,
I was playing as Hot Dog Odin, okay? I was playing Smite 2 as Hot Dog Odin. And I got a little too excited.
I'm gonna make that a sound. You giving me too much power.
Oh my god, wait, you're gonna take the audio and make it a sound alert?
Make it a sound. I'm gonna bitch slap somebody with my wiener. You should honestly do that as not
Oh
as a
yeah,
bit.
hell yeah. No, I will. Fuck, if I could
It's
find
pretty
a way
easy to
to.
do.
Yeah, I gotta turn it into an fucking audio?
Mhm.
You're drawing an animated emote for yourself? Fair enough. But as I said, I just want to message my artist to make sure I have enough money because I'm gonna get stripper Koroi drawn because canonically that's a thing Koroi did. They were a stripper at their odd strip club.
You guys remember how not too long ago I was talking about the problems of lewdness in the VTubing community and how this is severely affecting how VTubers are seen?
I'm part of the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
It's okay.
Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Look at this thing. This fucking thing. And I want to clarify with something before I get in trouble with the rest of the community.
Yeah.
I'm not saying LootTubers are a problem. Actually, considering most of my friends are LootTubers,
Me.
I'm saying that it does make it harder to break out of our little VTuber bubble.
Babu.
Um,
Okay.
yes. That's all I'm saying. It is one of the factors that leads to us being seen as, put that away. Put that away. Put that away. No thighs. My point is mute. It doesn't matter anymore. Be as lewd as you want, chat. Make the content you want to make. Remember the tips we gave you. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. Um, your voice is an instrument. You don't necessarily have to be a VTuber. I do think if you do start out to be a VTuber, make sure you're using a cheap PNG or a cheap model. Hell,
Yeah.
my chibi model that I use is free to use.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
just make sure you're
apart from
using.
me being a goober, we went over some pretty helpful shit today.
I hope so. Anyways, I hope somebody finds this helpful.
Oh my god, alright. Hold up. Quick self-promotion plug. Hold up. Hold up. Guys. Quick self-promotion, alright? Please go check out my VTubing 101. It's there's only 2 videos out. I'm trying to get the 3rd one out. I promise. I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying so hard.
I think you broke up there, so I will also say it. Please go follow Koroi. Do you have a YouTube channel you would like to shout out?
I do. Hold up. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh god, I'm being pelted. Give me a moment. Guys,
Also, as a
go
side,
check me
your
out.
YouTube on
Check me
your
out.
about doesn't work.
Check me out. It's there. That'll lead you to the VTubing 101 introductions if you're interested. I have a video about PNGs out. I'm trying to get the 3D one out, but it's so long. There's so much to 3D VTubing.
Yes. When you, I don't know if you're gonna put this up as an actual video or whatever what you plan on doing with this, but
Oh, I
please do,
am.
guys, follow Koroi. Um, Koroi, please fix your about section.
I will.
So that they can find your YouTube easily. But please do give her videos a watch. They are
It
introductions into VTubing. Words are hard,
yes.
but please do give it a look. These kinds of things are helpful to know before you start. Do not start blind. It will cost you money, it will cost you time, and probably a little bit of headaches. Please just consider saving yourself a lot of problems.
Yeah. I'm deaf right now. I'm being pelted by cupcakes and candy hearts.
I sure hope you don't have sound on that.
Nope. No, but the chat can't hear it. Only I can.
Okay, that's fine.
And it hurts.
For
It
video
hurts.
purposes, that's fine. She is actually getting pelted with candy on her chat.
I am. I'm being pelted. It
Um,
hurts.
You guys can't see it, but she doesn't even have me on her screen. She is just like Koroi just has Koroi on their screen.
I can't add the Fugi. I tried earlier. For some reason I
Koroi?
can't. Yes. Yes.
You god damn femboy.
I'm sorry. Alright. Ow, this hurts. Alright, so I'm gonna raid out. Would you like to do a double raid? Oh, fucking, I can't hear. Oh,
The return of the Y-boner with a vengeance.
Oh, we got a raid? You got a raid? Oh, you guys are raiding out. Oh, see, thank you for the well, that works out for me too because I do plan on ending here.
yeah.
Um,
Let me find someone to raid. Who's live right
Yeah.
now? Who's live? Oh, Cruci's live. We could raid him.
That'll be a raid chain.
Oh, okay. I know who we could raid. We're gonna raid Cinny. My little brother Cinny. Do you know?
I do not. If you want to put his name in the chat or their name in the chat. Sorry, I'm very bad when it comes to pronouns. I do apologize for that.
You're fine. So
I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter tonight.
Cinnamon Boy 69. That's his user.
Oh, yes, I know Cinnamon. I didn't know he was streaming.
Alright, guys, copy and paste the. Let me mute and deafen to do my rage spiel.
Yeet.
Alright, guys. For those of you who are a follower or subscriber on my channel, please copy and paste the raid message. We are raiding Cinny, my wonderful little brother, and he's playing Overwatch at the moment with Pandy. It's been a while since I've talked to Pandy, but yeah, he's a wonderful, wonderful boy. So you all have a wonderful evening. I'm glad you stuck around for this. This will be up on YouTube at some point this week, hopefully. I will try to get it in real quick, but yeah. Thank you all so much for joining, and bye-bye.